Welcome back to How to Souls. My name is Rach and today we're going to continue and conclude our walkthrough of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Yep, that's right, it's time to head to the frozen Eleum Loyce, the Crown of the Ivory King DLC, our final DLC and our final part of Dark Souls 2. It's been a long road, started this a couple of years ago. We've had lots of obstacles along the way, but today we finish this. Last 3 bosses, and they are they are doozies. So thank you for coming along with me. Let's hack and go. So as with the other 2 DLCs, we do require a key to actually access it. If you are playing the PS3 or the Xbox 360 versions of this game, you just get the key for free. But most of us, if I'm right in thinking, are going to be playing Scholar of the First Sin, and you're going to be you need to go and pick up the key. This one is the most obvious one to find. The other 2 were a little bit better hidden, but this one's like just out in the open. So I'd be surprised if you missed it, but just in case you did, it's here in Drangleic Castle. So you want to warp to the King's Gate, and then once you arrive, stick to the right, literally just to the right, and you will have opened this up, obviously, to progress earlier on. So in this room here, now my memory kind of fails me a little bit. I think it's in this chest, or if it's not in this chest, it's like on this. No, I'm pretty sure it was here. This body here is the one that has it next to these little chappies. This little corpse here, shiny there. Just in case you missed it, pick up the frozen flower. Sorry, I'm just fighting for my life here. Frozen flower. Guides one to an unknown land. Okay, all right, guys. All right. With the key in hand, now we're going to go to the Shrine of Winter. Now, Shrine of Winter is kind of a pain in the ass to get to. You're going to have to go to the Shaded Woods, the Ruined Fork Road. Take the left-hand path. And follow the road along until you get to the Shrine of Winter. Touch the shrine to be transported to Eleum Loyce. All right, welcome to Eleum Loyce. This is our 3rd DLC area. It's a great big frozen castle. The first thing we see, apart from obviously the locked door, is another one of these stone circles. The sign written here is being channeled from somewhere far away. So again, we have one of these areas where back in the day, back in ye olden days when this first came out and the DLC was separate on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, this is a place where you could put your summon sign down and you could be summoned even if you didn't own the DLC. Right, cool. Time to open the door with our frozen flower. But yeah, I do like that nifty, neat little feature of sort of game shading, letting someone have a demo before they buy the DLC. It was pretty cool. Here's our first bonfire. We're going to be using this quite a bit. It's going to become our bonfire for the first boss, etc. So I guess get comfy. There's no need for me to rest, so we just press forwards. Oh! I am also hungry. Let's go. So because we are, of course, the flippin'... I was going to say the Ashen one. No, that's Dark Souls 3. What's your character called in Dark Souls 2? The Wanderer? I don't know. So because we are a stubborn heckin' hollow, we push through regardless. Okay, welcome to the frozen Eleum Loyce. So the first thing you'll notice here is that we have a giant snowstorm on the go. So this is going to do a couple of things. One, it's going to affect some snow around the area, meaning it's going to be blocking some paths and some loot from us. And also it's going to be making some enemies passive. They don't really feel like fighting in the adverse weather conditions. So that'll be more on that later. First up, we've got this nice little fog wall on the left here. A foreboding voice tells us, oh, did he go through here? Aava is watching. Okay, well, who's Aava? Surely it's not worse than anything we've fought in the past. Right? Right? So here's what happened if you go through here. Aava. Aava is invisible. The first boss in this DLC is invisible. No, no, no. It's not just like randomly like really, really difficult. This is boom. Right away, you should be thinking something's wrong here. This should not be this way. I know Dark Souls 2 can be pretty unfair at times, but this is a step too far. Without a special item called the Eye of the Priestess, you cannot see Aava. Now, if you fancy a challenge, by all means, you can fight her like this. You can use, as you can see, her AoEs, and she's a big old cat, so you can hear her growling, you can see her jumping, that sort of thing. You can kind of see her, but no. We're not going to fight her just yet, obviously. So hey, maybe we should have listened to that warning after all. So we're going to go left eventually, but not yet. Our path leads right, first of all. So our enemies, our sort of infantrymen, are these guys here. They have a few different attacks. Most of them are melee, with like casting on the side. If you get too far away from them, they do have like a sort of sorcery that they cast at you, but there's a lot of opportunities to use line of sight blocking to sort of duck around corners and block their magic. The ones that have shields, we're going to be looking to get behind them, just sort of strafe around, hugging the shield, get to the back, get the backstab, which obviously will semi-protect us, but not totally protect us. One-on-one, they're not so bad. We can use a mix of melee and of hexes. Do I have the stone ring equipped? Wow. Oh, actually, I never took a wee look at my rings. My rings are still set up for Suralon. So let me just quickly edit this for what I think would be good for exploring this area. Okay, so because I'm sort of hybridizing, we have clear bluestone ring for cast speed, third dragon ring for health, stamina, and carry weight reduction. Abyss seal for hexes strength, and the Flynn's ring for melee strength. Obviously use, if you're struggling a little bit, like if you don't have like 50 vigor, you might want to go for the likes of the sort of physical damage resistance ring. Will be very good as well, bit of defense. I've primarily gone for offense with my rings, but defense is a good choice. This is a long kind of road, and getting to the next bonfire can take a while, so you don't want to die just before it, so defense is a good option. What we're going to do, we're going to come back here later. What we're going to do basically going through here is like every time we get to like a new area, we're just going to peek our head in and then like run away again. You'll see me doing that quite a lot. It's just because there's just so many things like lying in wait to ambush us. Here's one of the casters. So their projectiles are really slow, really easy to dodge, and then also you can obviously just like block them with the environment as well. Watch these guys with the spears. We don't really want to fight them on that narrow like bridge, so we're pulling him back into this room where we can hammer him down with the mace. The mace, of course, doing big damage to anyone remotely armored. These little hooded guys, these little sorcerers, they are cold. Frostbitten? Yeah, they're frostbitten. So they can't move while the blizzard is going. Of course, I'm pretty sure you can still attack them, but you don't need to. But just keep that in mind. There's a few of those little guys. Don't worry about fighting them this first time around. But we will be back here later, and we will have to fight them then. So this guy doesn't have a shield, so I'm just going to cast. Oh, nice jump, brah. Nice jump. Sweet jump. But if he had a shield, we would have had to pull him all the way back to that other room and fight him there. There's some doggies down here, which we should be able to hit with our Dark Orb. As long as they don't go out of range. Nice, nice. He might run out of range here. Nice, there should be a third. The third one's just coming at us. So dogs... Oh, targeting fail. Dogs are scary. Dogs are scary in all the Fromsoftware games. This one not so much though. They die pretty quickly, but when you're fighting them in groups of 3, you do not want that. So we'll just chip away at them one by one. If you have any kind of range and you pull one of them, the other 2 will probably come too. So make sure to try and at least like kill one completely before they reach you. If not, just do as much damage as you can before they reach you, I suppose. Oh, they've got a high chance to drop human effigies as well as obviously souls. Here we have a winged spear +7. Winged spear, it's a pretty good spear. Actually, quite like the winged spear. It is a quality weapon, as most sort of lances and spears are. Where are you? There. This one comes already at +7. I say quality. It's dex. It's not quality at all. I mean, it has a little bit of strength scaling, but yeah, that's quality. The cool thing about spears is you can hide behind a shield, just like these enemies do, while you poke away. You do need to have enough stamina to compensate for that, though, if you are blocking and attacking. Got some torches here. So a clue, perhaps, that we will need torches at some point in this area. However, if you were to try and light one, I'm not going to do it to show you, but if you were to try and light one, it just gets blown out instantly because of the blizzard. So here's those frozen paths that I was talking about. The blizzard is keeping them nice and cold, so they're not going anywhere anytime soon, but do take note of them because we'll be back here later. All right, so this room is, be very careful in this room. This is one of those rooms where there's stuff hiding behind every little block of ice, and we want to try and pull things one at a time. A bow is going to be very handy here. There is a caster right here as well, but again, not an issue on this first time around. So let's try and body pull. We've got this guy casting at us already. Try and body pull this one. Right, we're going to dark orb pull this one. He has a shield, doesn't he? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get far away from the one in the back that's casting us. Just pull them right back. Oh. Perfect. We've only got the one of them. That's perfect. Nice. Okay, so even though he was blocking me, I knew that I would probably break his guard. So I just kept attacking. But generally, it's not a good idea to attack an enemy while the shield is raised. Oh. God, I was so lucky that my mace was faster than his sword there, because I probably should not have been attacking as the enemy was attacking. Always dodge an enemy attack and then attack back. But hey, oh, never said I was perfect. Okay, so as you can see, there's one there. My hat is pointing to it. Just one right there. And then we've got the one in the back casting at us. We're going to want to... He's casting at us. That's fine. He's easy to dodge. We want to pull that one there. And at least... Oh my god, magic does nothing to me. I've got so much magic defense. Right, at least we can fight him back here where we're protected from his projectiles. So this guy, you've got a couple options. I guess you could rush him, but there's another guy behind him. So I'm going to take the safe road and just sort of burn him down with two of these. Nice. Do I not have a dark weapon attuned? I'll need to sort that out. Okay, in this room as well, obviously these big ice blocks will be melted on our second time around, and there's a couple things that we can pick up from there. I think this one has a corpse in it. So just to note. That. Right, other guy hiding behind this guy is just over here. Body pull him. Oh, he's casting as well. Yeah, so bear in mind if you're melee and you approach this guy, you'll want to like try and get him to come back here. Oh, we've pulled the guy on the left as well. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. Just try and get him to come out of the line of sight of the other one. Get a nice little backstab. Oh, I can backstab. Maybe we can't backstab these guys because they have spiky backs. That's familiar, actually. Alright. See if I can get this guy down. 2 hits. Very nice. Yeah, let's just do this. We've got tons of Dark Orb. We may as well use them. I'm trying not to rely on mana too much because I know... magic too much because I know not everyone likes to use magic. And for me, it absolutely trivializes the game. But... I want to give a more general sort of walkthrough, I suppose, rather than a niche. This is a caster walkthrough. Whoa. Okay, we got another guy up here on the left that we might want to take care of. Maybe just from here? What was I just saying? I'm trying not to rely on spells too much. This is a situation where it would be good to use ranged attacks, I would say, on this guy here. So whether that's a bow, hell, you could use throwing knives, you know what I mean? Just some kind of range on that guy because there's another guy around there, and yeah. Yeah. Thought there was a shiny there. Maybe it appears later. Another sorcerer there. I say sorcerer, they're like little stabby guys. They do cast, but they're like little stabby guys. Yeah, up here at the top of the stairs, another guy here. So if you are running up to get that guy, you want to first pull this guy. You can actually pull him down. Is he interested? Yeah, so you've got that guy still casting at you. You've pulled this guy. You can pull him down into this room here, where the guy at the top will not be able to reach you. I don't need to go into that room there, so. Stone Ring actually might be pretty good. Here, I'm just going to two-hand my base, get a bit more damage and stagger. Yeah, Stone Ring is a viable option if you're using a lot of melee, because I thought these guys would be staggering more than they are. By stagger, I mean like I'm interrupting them. They're flinching for a second, which is something great that happens when you use strike damage, the mace. It's great. Even better if you have like a big, large club or something. The Stone Ring will improve that even more so. Okay, so heading in here. That looked like a fog wall, didn't it? Heading in here. So there is a door on the right. I'm going to recommend you do not open the door on the right just yet. We're going to clear out this room on the left first. So there's some guys and there's some dogs. Oh god, I did want to pull all of them, but we're going to deal with it. Let's switch to our more powerful spell. Get doggy down. Get him down. Right, okay, and then we're going to run. You can actually just drop off the side here. They have to take the long way round. So you can compose yourself and funnel them, whether through melee or heckin' spells, but we want to fight them one at a time. Just clipped me there. I'm just a little bit low on agility. I thought we were good for it. Right. Oh, we got an amber herb. Very good. It's like the game wants me to be a caster. Yeah, two of them's not ideal, but we can kind of get one of them stuck. Ornstein and Smo style. And do it that way. Careful of rolling off here, obviously. Round the back. And a backstab. Best way for the shield, guys. It's actually wild how they survive a backstab. Everything here is just that little bit more difficult than in anything we've had previously. So there was only one dog there. So there's another dog in here, I'm pretty sure. Or is there just the one dog? Okay, there's just the one doggy. Good, 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 good. So now time for this door. There's another guy behind this door. And if you had opened it and like been fighting him, then there would have been like all these guys in here. So we're going to go in and then come out. Is that enough? Is he round? Right, there he is. Top of the stairs. See if we can get him down. We don't need to pull him out per se, but I don't want to fight him on the stairs. So as before, we're going to two-hand. See if I can just go for the stagger here. That was risky. Obviously, trading is never a good idea, but I don't know. I just got a bit bored of trying to circle around all the time. I'm chugging my Estus because I don't really care. This is what they're for. They're for using. Someone did point out to me, actually, in a recent comment, shout out to you, that I never bothered to go back and get the final Estus flask shard. I was like, oh, I guess I forgot. And I was like, well, I just don't really use Estus that much in this game. And then I realized I kind of do. So maybe that's something I should have done. Right, so this guy. Oh, wrong button. This guy is our first, like, sort of icy transformo man. Transformasnack. They have a bunch of these attacks, kind of like the golems in Dark Souls 1, where they transform. So we're going to go close to them to bait out an attack, dodge the attack, and then attack back. Oh, I got backstab. I didn't think those guys would be backstabbable. That's a quality I look for in a guy. Backstabbable. Am I right, ladies? But yeah, so they have like a big wide sweep attack or a sort of overhead attack as well. We have 3 chests here. They're all frozen. Just make a note of these. We'll want to come back here once the ice has gone. And then down here's a little spot where we can drop down. Pop. Grab this frozen guy. Monastery Charm ×3. Another little stabby sorcerer. Stabby laddie. Protecting the Dark Clutch Ring. This is a ring we could potentially look into using with this build because it increases your dark damage. Now, dark damage is what we do. That's our thing. However, it does have a cost. I believe it's about 8% or something physical defense down. So you can counter that with by upgrading your armor, stuff like that. Do you know what? I'm going to put it on because I think that'll be... That's just more... My character is built around dark. It's not built around melee. Like, the melee obviously is going well for using the walkthrough, but like the dark is just so much more powerful. And that's because of the way I've built my character, because I've got 40 int and 40 faith. If I had 40 strength and 40 dex, I would not be casting spells. Would not be using that, obviously. Obvious statement is obvious. So when you get through here, these guys do tend to... The one in the back's going to say what he is. Got you, but the one with the shield's coming to get us. Let's see what this does now. Oh, he blocked that. Right, we're standing in like the perfect position to get hit by the caster. So what we've got to do is just take him way, way back. Out of line of sight of the guy in the back. But then, of course, if you go too far, they start backing off. I want to see what my Hex does without him blocking it. We may have to just try on the next guy. Just go mace him up. Yeah, I'm going to recommend the Stone Ring, definitely, for these guys, if you are doing it melee style. Just having that little flinch makes such a difference, like getting a combo out. Yeah, let's see what we do now, with and without the Dark Clutch Ring. I'm sure that had another little stabby guy there, no? They're always like, just always expect them to be round corners. They're here, there's 2 of them here. But we'll obviously cover this. There's 3 of them here. We'll cover this when we come back round. This is as much me like, sort of saying for my own benefit, as well as yours. Okay, with that guy down, I do just want to point out that this door here, if you are pure struggling and you just really need a bonfire and you've done this area a million times and you're sick of it, this is the bonfire. Drop down and get it. But be aware, you cannot get back up here again. So you might want to explore, like if you're doing good, like we're doing good, we're fine. You might want to explore this building first before you go to the bonfire. If you go to the bonfire, rest, and you want to go to this area here, which you will, then you're going to have to go back to the first bonfire and do this whole route again, unfortunately. But yeah, we're good. Let's keep going. Let's press on. So dip our heads in, come out. Don't hear any armor rattling. Oh, but I do hear a little guy's little footsteps. Oh, I got backstab. Nice. Here we have some boxes. Oh, smash them up good. Yeah. Let's head through. Let's head through into this nice cozy cave. It's nice to be out of the blizzard. Oh wait, we're going out into the blizzard again. Never mind. I spoke too soon. So you can see now we're kind of like above. That's where we went in. The building we went in. And now we're like sort of above it now. So tunnel here to head through. We got another one of these frosty laddies. So a safe way to do it, again, is just to pull back. I don't know if we really want to fight here because of the potential to roll off the edge. Nice dodge, bro. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. Hex is not doing that great. Oh no, actually, it's just because his health is mental. Backstabbing. Backstabbing for these guys. Defo. Oh, he's still alive. My god, what's your health at? 1? Really cool death animation. Just like drops to his knees. I love it. But yeah, oh god, guys, it's just standard advice. I'm not going to insult your intelligence. It's like you pull something, you run back. You don't run forwards. Will we give this guy a little tickle as he wakes up, and then let's back off so we don't roll off the edge. Spamming the lunge. I get it, mate. I get it. I'm spamming the dark orb. I love a spam. Spam, spam, spam. Eggs and spam. Old Bell Helm. So. Where are you, Old Bell Helm? There you are. Kind of reminds me of someone. Appears to be a mere curiosity, but it is in fact quite practical. The top of the helm provides significant defense. So this is another one of those really kooky DLC items that are extremely situational. This one stops you from being shot in the head. Well, it stops you getting critical damage from being shot in the head. It makes a really satisfying dong noise if you get shot in the head. So that's all we wanted, so we'll just head back to the bonfire for now. And across. There's another path to take, just straight down there. But, I mean, I can show you if you like. We will be coming back here later. Because, like I mentioned, if we were to light a torch and, say, light all of these braziers, this door would open. But you can't light a torch in the blizzard. Legend of Zelda fans, yep, I know. I see you. Hey, maybe I should light all these torches. Yeah, so we're gonna have to come back here later. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so heading down, grabbing the bonfire. Right, I've popped a human effigy so I look nice and pretty. Okay, time for the next part. Nice. In my opinion, that first part can get a little bit frustrating. So let's push on. This is where it starts to get a wee bit like a maze, I suppose. A few different paths to go, but we'll get there. We'll get where we need to go. I don't know if we can get this guy to be interested in us. There we go. The cool thing about fighting something literally right beside a bonfire is if you do die, you're not going to lose your souls, are you? Right, little backstab. That one-handed backstab doing 831. I thought I did a two-handed one earlier that was only like 700. It could be based on how much health he had left, to be fair. I actually never really understood that. Damage numbers. Do they show you exactly the amount of damage when it's overkill? I think so, because that went up to... Yeah, I think it does. Another stabby lad. This guy here is the one at the top casts at you. That's it. So pulling this guy back out of the range of the caster. He can, obviously, he can get his little spear arm and lunge at us. Oh, well played. He knew I was trying to get behind him. He hit me again there. Let's have a little drink while he's getting up. He takes a wee minute to get up. There we go. Yeah, they're nice and slow, but yeah, do be careful of that hitbox. Like, it's wide. Large and wide. Like your maw. Sorry. Sorry. I don't know what's up with me today. Something up with me today. I think it's because I'm in a huff, because this is our last Dark Souls 2 video. I'm in a huff. I'm sad. A tactic that I love is luring something up the stairs and then jumping off the stairs and watching as they go, oh, I don't want to come down there. I'm just going to stand here. And then they'll come down the stairs. I don't know. Unless you're Capra Demon, I suppose. Capra will follow you. So before we move on, there's a little snow like drift here that we can climb over. It takes us to the previous area with all the like big ice statues and the wee guys. Round the corner here, there is a corpse to pick up with a rather unique ring. The Ring of the Embedded. So this will give you stats. at the cost surprises, gain surprises, at the cost of more damage taken. It gives you health, stamina, and vitality, just like the third dragon ring does, or any of the dragon rings. But the cool thing about this one is it will give you more health, strength, and vitality, the less of those stats that you have. So it's very good for glass cannons or for low-level characters. SL1, necessity, getting this ring. At the cost of 8% more damage taken, it definitely works out well, like percentage-wise, to wear this one over the third dragon ring, for sure. It's going to top me health off. Top me health off. Drink me Estus, me sunny delight. Never do that again. Okay, we got our first big boy over here, who is going to still cast at us, has a shield and a big sword. So it's time for the big guns. If you're confident in your backstabbing ability, it's a good way to take care of them, but he is going to take 2. Wait till he starts getting up, and then you can get another couple of hits in as he is recovering. They will try to drink, so keep up the pressure, and then you can get a few good hits in while he is chugging his Estus. This door will become a shortcut much later on in our journey through this area. What do we have here? We have 5 radiant life gems. Life gems, of course, being a preferred method of healing in boss fights, so very good. I tend to use the little ones when I'm out and about, and the bigger ones I will attune for boss fights. Alright, so through here on the left, they're not going to move. Right, okay, cool. On the left, there's no point in going down here just yet because that gate behind this guy is locked. However, we will be going through there at some point. There's no point in me going down there just to show you this gate is locked. Don't worry about it. That guy doesn't aggro, so we're just going to leave him for now. We're going to go right. So, starting at the bottom of this tower and working our way up. This room is all frozen. It will become unfrozen shortly. But it's full of chests. Now, that guy doesn't seem to want to... So, as with the Ring of Embedded, it's full of surprises. It's full of nice things. Nice thing, nice thing, nice thing. And it's full of some not so nice things. So this is really cool here. We can see this chest it's a mimic. It's been frozen mid-transformation. So when these all unfreeze later on, do remember that the one on the far right is a mimic. Oh, okay, another big boy. Let's pull him back. This room could be fine to fight in. Plenty of space to move around. But I don't know if he'll want to come in. Yeah? Yeah, he's up for it. Oh, I can't believe that hit me there. That was BS. Nice that we got the backstab, though. Sometimes your backstab window can be a little finicky. Oh, nice. So 3 hits of the mace two-handed, we can get him down as he's recovering. Those guys are not so scary. I mean, they are, but not when you've got a +10 mace. There's another one over there. We'll get to him later. We're on our way. Here again, we have a crossroads. The nice big frozen-y bit right in front of us that will clear up eventually. Should you choose to go right here and explore this path, there are some invisible laddies, which are a pain in the bum if I'm honest, and also a Pharos Lockstone at the end, which is another frozen thing that we can't really do much with on this first time around. My bad, I forgot it was frozen, but we've done it now. Okay, so it's not so much of a maze as it might first appear, because there's only really one way you can go. Due to everything being frozen. I guess my advice is just take a mental note of everything that is frozen for our second time around here. And we can maybe hopefully remember all the things. Like here, there's a chest here for when we come back through. But like, I guess the best way to do it is just like when you come back through here, just fully explore. There he is. I knew there was a little ambush here. You gonna come? There we go. Okay. You are a shield boy, so you are a mace job. There we go. Been practicing my my backstabs. Fighting Orphan of Kos at BL4 on Bloodborne. It's a great time. This, if you pull this lever and raise this lift here, the coffins on this lift might look a little bit familiar. So this now like opens up a pathway way down below, back like near the first bonfire, to some shinies. So we'll get that once again on our second time through the area. So this guy that's coming up here is another big guy. Don't know if we want to maybe just... Oop. That is the only thing, of course, with doing both Dark Orb and Resonant Soul. They need different weapons to cast them. Can catch you out sometimes. My god, he lies on the floor for freaking ages, doesn't he? He just gets comfy. Okay. So we go down or will we go up? We'll go down. So we're gonna go down first of all. The top path up here, we're just gonna do that when we come back around. It's fine. We're gonna head down and get sort of like a checkpoint of sorts down here. Hello, this is Rach from the future editing this in because this is actually not the most optimal way to do this. You should probably take the top path first and you'll see why later on. Just saves us a bit of time. When we go down here, down these steps, there's a drop here. It's sort of like a path of no return, which I completely forgot about. I thought we could get down here, grab this item and then go back up and get that ladder up the top there, but like that's not the way to do it. Not at all. I apologize. However, we've come this way now, and it's fine. We can do it later. It's all good. Up ahead, we have more foreboding warnings. Please do ignore this one. This one is not a trap. It's only good things come from heading up here, picking up this special item here. All right, so turn back once again. We are not listening because we're like that. And we can pick up the Eye of the Priestess. So when we do that, when we pick that up, you will notice something happened there. That was an important key there. So we'll give it a quick wee look. Eye of the Priestess allows one to see the unseen. Well, I know exactly what we're going to do with that. So this is our key, pun intended, to dispelling the blizzard. We need to fight Aava, the king's pet, and when she is down, we can then head on past her and dispel the blizzard. I didn't really feel like fighting this guy. Alrighty, right. This place is not too bad. It's pretty cool. It's more the bosses. I don't know. It's the optional area. Frigid Outskirts, I think, gives this whole area a bad name. But this main part, I don't know. I quite like it. I like the gimmick of like having to go around it all twice once the ice melts. I love that. There's no real detriment to resting here. Let's just go ahead and rest here. So we've got some options here. Really, we're going to come back here after the ice is melted. So, I mean, we can explore here in the inner wall. And what happens is it just leads to kind of like a shortcut back to where we fight Aava. But we're going to be coming back around here again anyway. So it doesn't really matter. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the first bonfire, the outer wall bonfire. This one is the inner wall. We're going to the outer wall. And we're going to fight Aava. Time to fight Aava, the king's pet. So with the Eye of the Priestess, that's all you need. So you can literally just pick that up and, I mean, technically you could just like pick this up and go back to the bonfire if you want. But I guess it's worth pushing forward a tiny bit more and getting that. Aava, some tips for Aava. Nothing in particular. I mean, you might find the rapier is pretty good against her. Let's just go ahead and switch the mace to the rapier. She's kind of zippy. She like jumps about a little bit. The big thing with Aava is her hitboxes are kind of silly. Oh, I did get my 12 dex. Nice. So what I would recommend is the Simpleton's Ring. If you are just a little bit low on agility, you'll find this probably makes a huge difference. So I'm going to sacrifice my Dark Clutch Ring, which does increase my dark attack, but it also increases my damage taken. It's very easy to get hit from Aava and her weird, like, big hitboxes, lingering hitboxes, sort of double hitboxes. Actually, her jump has like her front feet and her back feet have a hitbox. Lots of hitbox. Very hard to do this boss hitless is what I'm trying to say. So switching those rings, sticking with the Abyss Ring, which does sap my health, but not loads. Third Dragon Ring and Clear Bluestone Ring. Yeah, I mean, casting is going to be the safest thing for me to do. I'm going to try and do a bit of both. But yeah, I don't know. Let's swap Clear Bluestone for Flynn's, I think. Boost my melee a little bit. I don't know why I don't have Dark Weapon equipped. But let me just go ahead and we'll put a resin on. So kitty cats are actually weak to fire and to thrust. So the rapier with the charcoal pine resin is going to work out pretty well for us. Like I said, I think, in my opinion, the main thing with this boss is getting used to the hitboxes, getting used to the windows that you are able to attack. Oh, I've forgotten something really important, more important probably than Flynn's ring, certainly more important than the Abyss Seal, is the Old Leo ring. So this boss has a really, really cool, like, sort of window of opportunity that you can take full advantage of, and she like casts a homing soul mass. And while she is doing that, it technically counts as her casting at you. She's like attacking you. She's moving. So when you attack her during that animation, that spellcast animation, it counts as a counter. And it does so much damage with the Old Leo ring. So here comes Aava. This is the attack I was talking about. So we were a little bit too close to take advantage of that. But that's the one I was talking about. And then once she finishes that, the homing crystal soul mass, you want to just roll through her legs. So a lot of the time it's rolling towards Aava, not rolling away from her. And that's where you'll find the best. There we go. There's those big hitboxes. To be fair, I think my roll was a little bit off there. So she has a like sort of forward swipe. Here we go. So attack, attack, attack. Let's do 3 attacks and then make sure that all of those miss us. I find when you go under her legs, the missiles get really confused. Oh, if that connects, it's a grab, which does so much damage. But we got away with it somehow. There we go. So her attacks are really delayed. She likes to zip about. What did I say? Her attacks are really delayed. The hitboxes are really big. When you see her do this, sort of arch her back, that's an AoE. Just roll away. You can already see we've already gotten her down to half health. So she's not got a lot of health. Always expect there to be a little beat. She sort of jiggles her booty for a little bit when she's preparing to attack you. We're looking for, yeah, this, where we can roll forwards and hit her in the bum. This one, just a roll back. The hitbox is too big. Oh, this is sort of an AoE around her. So we're just going to avoid that. Roll to the side for the grab. Oh, here we go. So we're getting these again. Bop, bop, and roll through her legs. What have we not seen? I think that's all of her attacks, pretty much. Let me get one of these. Oh, okay. This is a good time to heal. I think I came in here a little bit overconfident for this fight and thought, oh, I don't need to like really prepare for this fight because Aava is the more simple of the 2 cat fights. Like I said, I think I've gotten like super cocky here and stood in that heckin' AoE. If you're too far away from her to roll underneath her legs, simply strafe or roll to the side to avoid the homing soul mess there. I feel like I need to like redeem myself for this terrible fight. But I didn't curse it. I did say, oh, this fight's quite hard to do hitless, by the way. Her attacks are super well telegraphed. It's just a case of like roll forwards, not back. This is a great window of opportunity to attack, but obviously make sure you can get like under her legs when she finishes it. Oh, I actually didn't want to finish the fight there. I thought she had one more hit in her. Okay, I'm sorry that wasn't maybe like the best explanation of Aava. Do take the time to get to know her, because Lud and Zallen later on in this area is basically you're fighting two Aavas at once. So that kind of sucks. I think that's why I was like super underestimating Aava, because I was just like, well, it's not Lud and Zallen, is it? But hopefully that made sense to you. We were doing crazy damage to her without even really trying, so... Range is always an option as well. You will find she'll be like super aggressive with her like jumping attacks if you are at range. So bear that in mind. You might have to roll through a few of the grabs. But our defense is insane. Like with 50 vigor and this fully upgraded armor set, like I can't believe we survived that grab. That was nuts. Okay, this bonfire here, right after this bonfire is the next boss, woo, which we're not going to do, spoiler alert. Hey, there's another frozen chest there. Frozen chest there, Yes, down here is where you can fight the Ivory King, but we've got some stuff to do first. Go chat to this lassie. To think Aava could be bested by the likes of you. Not even taking her seriously.
It was but the inevitably I remain. Perhaps there is nothing. I have, my dear Lord. I haven't strength to help.
Maybe you can help. Yeah, I'll help. Absolutely. Let me open the path to chaos. Boom. Oh, it's so cool. Alsana's seal is undone and the winds of Eleum Loyce are ceased. The blizzard is over. So down here she said, maybe you will be able to help the chaos. Here's your clue. This is another trap, much like Aava was, where we have... Sorry, I'm talking over her. How rude. Where we have these 4 thrones, curiously a 5th knocked to the ground. Oh, actually, there's a 6th back there. Anyway, 4 thrones, only one white knight, one Loyce Knight present at his throne. What this means is, if you're to go through here and fight the Ivory King, you will do so heavily, what's the opposite of handicapped? Heavily challenged, I guess, with just one Loyce Knight. What we have to do is we now have to go through the whole area again and seek out the 3 other white Loyce Knights. That's the idea. I really love this gimmick, and all 3 of the knights are fairly, like, if you can't find one, it's because there's a whole, like, they're in really obvious places, I think. In this chest here, which is now no longer frozen. Hey, all of the frozen chests are now no longer frozen, so we can go and pick everything up out of those. You will find a rather exciting shield, the Vessel Shield. So this is really cool because it heightens the abilities of the bearer. Again, really good for SL1 if you are maybe a pure caster who is struggling a little bit for some stats. The shield does increase your vigor, endurance, adaptability, faith, and intelligence by 1, and your strength and your dexterity by 4. So the cool thing about this shield is, especially if you're doing it at SL1 is you don't even really need the stats to be able to wield it properly, like as a shield. We're not using it as a shield. We're literally just using it as a stat stick. So unable to use this item effectively with the present attributes, but you'll notice I have not got it in my hands. Where is it? But you'll notice, there we go. I do have 4 extra strength and dex, and then 1 of extra vigor, endurance. But yeah, so you can literally just like stick this on your back and two-hand a weapon, and you can get those like stat benefits from it. It's pretty good. We're not going to do that though. We don't need to do that. But it's pretty cool, just to point it out. Vessel shield, very good. Okay, so we could have probably just warped from that bonfire. We've got quite a lot of souls here that you might want to bank into levels. I'm not going to bother. I feel like we're already like far too high level. So instead, we're going to go back to the start, really. Essentially, we're just going to do the entire area all over again. But now this time, I'm going to point out everything that's different, everything that's unfrozen. I was about to say unfrozen, and then I stopped because I was like, is that a real word? Unfrozen. Thawed. Everything that's thawed, including the front door here. So yeah, so the sequence goes, go through the area, get the Eye of the Priestess, fight Aava, unfreeze Eleum Loyce. Sorry, I'm going to switch back to the mace just for these laddies. Mace plus 10. And also, what did we have here? Abyss Seal. Abyss Seal for casting hexes, and the Dark Clutch Ring for casting hexes. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, now we're going back through. But these guys are all exactly the same. Exactly the same enemy placement, except now, like I mentioned before, you do have extra laddies to deal with, the little stabby sorcerer boys. Right, I'm not going to pull that guy there. So we lifted this elevator earlier on, and now there is a chest inside for us to grab, and a ladder just behind it. Inside the chest, we have Soul Flash. So if you want to, I don't know, flash people your souls. Is that a sorcery? A barrage of small souls intended to protect its caster more than damage enemies. Not played around with that one. I do think sorceries, unfortunately, are just so lackluster in this game. On this corpse, you'll find the North Warder set. I can't think off the top of my head what that looks like. Is it heavy armor? Oh, it's like a, oh. It's like hood. Oh, I don't like it. I mean, it's cool. I don't know if it has any like extra effects that might be worth wearing it for. Let's check the helm. So the North Warder set, the helm extends duration of spell effects. So that's like your dark weapon kind of thing that we had on before. The same with the robe. So obviously if you wear like multiple of these, does the gloves do it as well? North Warder, it does. So it looks like every single piece in the set extends duration. So if you're someone who is using a lot of spell effects, so we're talking like warmth, we're talking obviously like weapon buffs, we're talking things like cast light, like auras that you cast around you kind of thing, not just like an offensive spell. So it looks like you can get some hacking duration with every piece of that set. We're gonna get the first jump on this little thing. Goes down in just 2 hits. Because if you walk past it, it's gonna like stand up and it's gonna stab you in the back. So we're gonna stab him first. I say him, I think they're women. It's quite a crony kind of cry that they do when they die. And I've, impaled him with a wall. Impaled her in the wall. Too bad. So sad. Okay, right, so back to just clearing the area as normal, and I'll point out if there's anything different. Right, so these are now both melted. We've got a stabby guy in the left one. They've got quite decent magic defense, but really low physical defense. Oh! So we can pick up a 2 golden fruit bam, a dried root. Oh, boo. All my homies hate dried roots. And the retainer staff. Retainer staff, let's take a quick look at that. Right, retainer staff. It looks pretty cool. 18 intelligence to use. It does dark damage. Staff wielded by the retainers in the cathedral city. The retainers, is that what these guys are called? They do have no, they cast their sorcery out of their little daggers. It's the it's like a special little dagger that casts sorcery. I'm sure that's what they're using. Right. Get the jump on this guy. And then boom, all the ice is melted, so we have no cover from the sorcerers. But we can use the fountain and we can just sort of like pull them back. Noise. Oh, right in the face. Doesn't do any damage, but that doesn't mean I should stand and take it. There's another guy here. 1, 2. Worth taking the time to do that. Don't turn your back on them. So this corpse was in the ice before, so we couldn't get it, and now we can. Ooh, 3 repair powder. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, you finally do have a bit of an option here. You can go left through the familiar path first, or you can go straight ahead through this brand new path that has opened up for us. This doorway here was frozen before, and now it's not. So let's go this way first, just because something new is exciting. And we'll get around to the other bit eventually. You do have to do a little bit of like going back on yourself, but this way is kind of like the least going back on yourself way. Unfortunately, though, it is home to lots of these little Sanics. So Sanic, the spiky hedgehog, please do not underestimate these little nerds. They die pretty quickly. 2 casts of Dark Orb, but they are absolutely brutal when they hit you. So we can abuse their AI. They will never step onto the elevator. I think it's because they just assume that it's like a bottomless pit. And they'll never step onto it. So if you pull them and you get like too many of them, just like use the elevator just to sort of funnel them. If they like start rolling into you, like roll out, proper Pokemon roll out, it can really damage you. Like bone wheels, basically. This is like this game's bone wheels. Much, much scarier than the actual bone wheel skeletons that we fought in the Skeleton Lords fight. So there's loads of them all hidden behind all these wee pillars. You can kind of just see one there. We can use the binoculars to weed them out, but it shouldn't really be necessary. You should be able to just body pull them. Or Dark Orb pull them. That's cool too. You can kind of hear it. If you listen like closely, you can hear their like sort of their spines like twinkle because they're like icy spines. So there we go. Now we know we've pulled one. We're just going to go back. So you can zigzag through the pillars to make sure you're not going to get hit in the back by the roly boy. Oh, he's rolling. Wow, I managed to hit him while he was rolling, which counted as a crit. Let's go. And we were able to kill it in 1 orb. Right, so in this area, you've got roly Sanics. You've got these... Oh, you've got Nikolai to deal with. There he is. He's such a troll. So he's going to cast lightning spells at you. These witchy ladies, you might remember them from such shows as Dark Lurkers, pre-dungeons. They suck. They really suck, but not as much as Hexer Nikolai sucks. All my homies hate Hexer Nikolai, so we're just going to bust out the Great Resonant Soul. He's fat rolling away. Look at him go. We don't really want to go in that area. He is going to heal, which does suck. I can hear... just going to eat that. Alright, he blocked the first one. Don't know if he's going to heal again. Oh, did you see that? It like ricocheted. That was kind of cool, mate. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. Healing again. Yeah, I kind of just want him to come to me. Not really handling this in the best way. I don't want to go out there, basically, because if you fight him out there, you've got, like, all these other guys giving you, like, air support. Oh, I thought that would interrupt him. Okay, we need to just heal up. We need to just go for it. We need to go and try and get the backstab. Oh, there we go. Hide behind the pillar. Right, he's going to heal again, isn't he? My god, I hate flipping Hex or Nikolai. Ugh. Right, if we can get that and get his shield, like, bonk his shield off, we can get a crit on him. And maybe get a backstab on him. Oh, get out of here. Get banished, mate. That is a bit of a tricky one because he just keeps healing. Oh, this witch has, like, fallen down. That's why she was able to, like, cast at us. Thankfully, it wasn't an issue. Thankfully, we didn't pull the little Sanic, which is, like, right round here. It's not even hitting me and I'm getting hit by the spines. Oh my god, look at the damage it does. I'm stressed, friends. I'm stressed. Right, get down. Get down. More old growth BAMs. I don't even use BAMs. So these things up close are still kind of scary. They have, like, is it force they have? Just burn them down. Get in close. Burn them down. Oh, I've run out of stamina. And then hide back around the corner. Because that one's casting at us. Oh, here comes Sanic as well. Yeah, this is a problem room. This is definitely a problem room. If you're looking to save Dark Orbs, cast while they're rolling at you, I guess. Woo-wee. Alright, okay, so there's a ladder there to get, we can reach the final guy from there. We've got another Sanic here. I was waiting to see if he would roll at me. Let's just kill him. Let's just kill him. It's not worth it when we're getting casted at. 5 amber herbs. We should probably think about eating 1 or 2 of those just to build back up our spell cast. Oh no, here comes Sanic. Oh, just quietly moving around the pillar. Where did she go? Where did she go? Nice. Finish him off. Ah! See if you're melee fighting these guys. Ugh. Taking damage for doing nothing wrong annoys me. Although I guess you did do something wrong. You stood too close to a spiky thing. Alrighty, so this door will become a shortcut when we open it from the other side. Big door is where we're heading now. To open big door, we go up a ladder. Just missing out words now. And then we head up there, basically. So chest, we could get this, but he's casting at us. Let's just see. So I could probably hit him from here. Oh wow, okay, their dark defense is so low. Damn, yeah. They took a lot from that there. And now we're free to open the chest. It's not really recommended, I guess, to like open the chest while stuff is casting at you. There are 3 bolt stones in there. So if you're thinking about going into lightning, if Hex or Nikolai just sort of like, you were like, whoa, he's so cool, I want lightning things, then you can do that. Yeah, sure. Here is not the bonfire. Okay, it's not the bonfire room. You can do that. You got 3 bolt stones, so you can use them for infusion. First thing you want to do is go way back here before you explore anything else. In this room on the left is a bonfire. So you can use that. You can rest at it. I'm not gonna, because then I'd have to clear this whole area again. Bear that in mind. But we have activated it as a checkpoint. If you do die, we have the checkpoint. So light, but don't rest. Okay, into this other doorway now. We can go up the staircase. and continue towards our lever. Oh, hello. Are you a friend? I don't remember summoning you. Hey, you look kind of familiar. You look like somebody I used to know. Anyway, do you wanna, will we travel together as buddies? Alrighty, okay. Ooh. Careful, careful on that bridge there, friend. Okay, well, I guess that's it. There's the lever. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it. You! You! I knew there was something funny about you. Look at him go. He's such a troll. So, this is our buddy Maldron. Once again, we met him for the first time in the Broom Tower. He's left footsteps here, just in case you didn't really see where he went. Yeah, he's not a friend. He's a foe. He was pretending to be a friend. He's wearing a funny ring and being a bar bag. Wow, damn good poise. I'm not even mad. So the Great Lance, kind of an issue for me, actually. Oh, I did a push there. Especially when it can roll catch me. Oh, like so. Well, good thing we got that checkpoint. I think Maldron might be easier to fight from range, like just backstabbing him, honestly. So everything has respawned, as you can see. So we'll need to take the time to take care of those. We've got quite a lot of souls there on the ground, so I would quite like to pick them up. But we have opened up the pathway, so I mean, it wasn't all in vain. Oh my goodness, I'm just getting assaulted here. It's fine though. I can kind of like, I can take it. You know, I've got the defense. I can take it. Let's heal up. If you want revenge on Maldron, yeah, I suppose we should get some revenge. We need to drop down there, get my souls. We should kill the hedgehogs again. So we've got lots of space to fight in. So get that one. And then there's one around here. That's probably enough space, but you can, I guess, go and get the other ones. Is that one gonna... Oh, this one's gonna come. Are you gonna come? Maybe? No? Yes? Yes. Okay. Boom. Yeah, I wasn't like thrilled. Like, I'm not using 160k, but I wasn't like thrilled about losing 160k. Okay, Maldron. I know your game. I'm not falling for it again. My god, guys, his health. He's like, the jig is up, pal. He's running. Running scared. Look at him. I guess he's like programmed. He's got this path that he's like, okay, I'm going to jump down there now. Oh, he's gone that way. So I guess once the door is open, he goes this way. Oh, freaking hell. That took so much health off. So the second time you fight Maldron, he is going to retreat now into this big cave. Now, do not let hatred blind you and run after him without first making sure you're prepared, because obviously he's going to lead you into a trap. He's pretty much patches. Down here, there is a covetous demon, which, you know, we've fought one of these in the past. It's no bother, right? But the covetous demon with Maldron, like sort of supporting it, is quite a tricky situation. Covetous should be weak to thrust, so we'll go ahead and pop the rapier on there. Rapier there. Pier. I don't know. And the old Leo ring as well. That's the hawk ring. Old Leo ring. There we go. Okay, I'm going to buff it because I may as well. And then I've got Great Resonant Soul to try and do a decent amount of damage. Okay, here goes. So what we're going to do is try and sort of block... see, oh, no, Maldron runs faster than Covetous. I was going to say, we're going to block Maldron with the Covetous Demon's body, get him on the other side, and try and beat the demon first, but Maldron's not really letting me. Yeah. You can't run away either because we sort of jumped down to get here. Right. Are you throwing at me acid? He's throwing acid. He's throwing acid. Don't think we really want to trade with this guy either. Alright. Just running back and forth. Popping life gems. Oh, he's gonna backstab me. Oh, frickin' hell. Luckily, Covetous is nice and slow. Right, there we go. There we go. That's what we want. So he's on the other side of the boss. And we're here, so we can get a couple hits. I say boss. It's like a mini boss. Oof, that was not a good idea. Right, there we go. He's blocked again. Just keep him on the other side there. The mouth is obviously a terrifying place to be. But keeping him blocked. Taking it down. Okay, so now we don't have to worry about the Covetous Demon. He just appeared like through the through the demon. Okay. So, when it's just you and Maldron, yeah, backstabs would probably be better. I'm going to get a crit in there. There we go. Oh my god, if the first hit catches you, it's just like, it just keeps going. But you can maybe get behind him. Oh, he's such a ball bag. I hate him. We should go in there and get like a critical hit on him. Are you finally going to go down? We can obviously hear some twinkling. So careful of the path ahead. It does have the Sanix on it. Heck you, Maldron. I'm trying to do a walkthrough here. I'm trying to show people how to do this, and you're just like, no. No. Oh, Covetous, when he dies, drops the Ivory Warrior Ring. Here it is. So, attacks greatly reduce enemy stamina. So, what you saw me doing there, where he was blocking us, and then every so often, if I hit him while his shield was up, he was losing stamina, and he was staggering. There's a large club +8 here. If you stagger an enemy like that, you're able to move in and press R1 for a critical attack on them. So it's a good ring to fight Maldron with. Be a good ring for PvP as well. Maybe, I don't know. Situational, really, that ring. But if Maldron is giving you a terrible time, you could always focus on getting Covetous Demon down, get that ring, and then that will make a difference against him, I suppose. Get some crits on that absolute ball bag. He's tricked us for the last time, guys. But that doesn't mean he hasn't got friends. Okay, once again, we're at a crossroads. First of all, we're going to go straight ahead. And open up this shortcut here. So this you will recognize as this area that we were in. We died here. There's the ladder. There's where we went. Yep. So it's just a little shortcut that avoids going back through that big old cave again in future. So now we will take the right-hand path. So you might remember these enemies from Drangleic Castle. They are golems that like absorb souls. So if you kill something near them, they'll absorb the soul and come alive. Some of them have already come alive. You can tell the ones that are like glowing, they're alive, and the ones that aren't glowing are not alive. You can attack them though. So if you're at all worried, I guess, about them, you can attack them. I don't think it's worth the weapon durability. So we want to kill the hedgehogs far away. God, they're loud, aren't they? Kill the hedgehogs far away from the unanimated golems so that we're not dealing with any more than we need to be dealing with. Oh, I'd rather get the hedgehog. I don't know if he's turning around. Probably want to switch to the mace now as well. Where's my mace? And my ring as well. That was just for covetous demon. Flynn's ring is fine. Oh, I've got Flynn's ring. Dark clutch ring? What did I have before? Dark clutch, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna ring of blades. Do some melee for a bit. I'm actually not sure if you can kill a golem near a golem and it'll absorb his soul. I don't want to find out. So let's just not do that. Where did that guy go? Was that the hedgehog that we had before? He walked all the way back round there, and now he's going to walk all the way back round again. Oh, bless him. Bless him, he's really doing his best. There's 5 charcoal pine resin there, which is great because that'll be good for Lud Zallen. Oh, there's 2 hedgehogs there. So pull them back. Back, 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 back. And... boop. The other one didn't want to come with us. We don't need to worry about animating that golem because he's already animated. Dark is pretty good against them. Yeah. Dark or melee, pretty good against them. They're pretty slow, but they'll hit really hard, so keep trying to get behind them. And chip away at them. Chip away at that old block. Eh? Alright. Faris's lockstone there, really handy because obviously we've got one coming up that we do want to open, so get a lockstone there if you don't already have one. Alright, and this lift now takes us to the other side of the bridge. So that building there is, if I point to it with my mace, that building there is where we first like went down, did that whole area down below, and now we're back up here. So right up here, this is us almost done with this bit. We do have a couple of these guys that transform their limbs into weapons. We could backstab them though, eh? Or just interrupt them. Nice. Surprisingly low poise for like a literal big crystal dude. Just assume anything made of rock has like super high poise, but guess not. We do have a couple of Sanics here as well. There they are. These things really suffer from being like, if you're far away from them at all, they just have super low FPS. Like 2 FPS or something. Oh, God bless the sunset staff being just so heckin' long. We can peek over like the top of the cliff there. And we got more of these guys around here. So I'm going to pull them back. We can pull them all the way back. Yeah, let's do that actually. Let's play it nice and safe. All the way back. See how far they'll follow us. We could always chip away a little bit with some dark orbs. And then all the way back to the room with the lift. Because, like I said, a room with a lift is the best place to fight stuff. They're very hesitant to chase you. And now that it's just one-on-one, we're absolutely fine, so. Can we... Hello? Just presenting your booty for us. Thank you so much. Oh, I did a push. For goodness sake. Accidental kicking in Dark Souls 1 becomes accidental pushing in Dark Souls 2. Very embarrassing. Sorry. Alright, almost there. Almost there. One more little nerd. If you do go straight for the shiny, that could easily knock you off. So just, yeah, listen out for little nerds. Always look around every corner. You know the drill by now. These guys, easy to backstab. but obviously careful around the cliff. I wonder if we'll actually kick him off the cliff here. No. Okay, I'm going to back off because I'm just terrified of that cliff. Oh! Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. We didn't roll off the cliff. It's fine. We've got plenty of Estes. Alright. Nice. Here we go. Our first... additional, anyway. First of 3. Loyce Knights. So all you have to do is just open him up. You're free, mate. On you go. And he will use his homeward bone. He'll go seek the chaos. Same, bruh. I also seek the chaos. Okay, so with your first Loyce Knight found, he's teleported away. From the doorway, walk straight ahead, and then you'll see this little snowball just resting at the top of this like big mound of snow. So what we do is we knock it down. Oh god. Is we knock it down. Oh my god, please. Knock it down. Perfect. Little snowball will become a big snowball on its way down the cliff. It will kill these 3 guys here, and it will plant itself in the middle of the broken bridge, granting us a lovely little shortcut. If we ever want to come back here, I don't think we really do, but if we ever do, we have a shortcut. Right, that's this bit done. We're free now to head along this bridge, pick up the nice shiny shinies. We saw these so long ago and there was just no way to get... Well, we could have gotten them, but it was smarter to wait. Azal's staff. Azal? This is here. So this is a greatly intensifies his spells... Greatly intensifies spells, but drastically reduces spell usages. This could actually be quite good. It does dark damage, much like our staff does. It has incredible dark scaling and intelligence scaling. So this could be worth leveling up to see how it does, especially because it seems to be better with sorceries than the sunset staff. So this could be a much better sort of hybrid hexes and sorceries staff than we were using before. Nice. Yeah, we should try that out. Radiant Life Gem and Cracked Red Eye Orb. Nice. All right, so I think we did rest. Oh, no, we didn't rest. We died. So this all over here has all respawned again. So we're just going to take these guys out. Oh, bonk. This is obviously not ideal. I'm just going to skip through a lot of this footage because you've seen it. You know how to fight these guys. Sort of getting this guy trapped on the corner. There's stabby guys here now. It just means that just take things just that tiny little bit slower than you are. Always sort of keep it looking behind you. This room is particularly annoying because of everyone all hiding behind the boxes. We can't hit them with our spells, and there's like dogs, and ugh, it just takes a long time. Right, so once again through this door that was on the right. Killing this guy. There's a stabby lad that jumps down that scared the life out of me. Thankfully didn't kill us, but God, didn't enjoy that. So he was actually hiding in this room up above with this other stabby guy. We did see them the first time we came through here, but I totally forgot about them. They were like waiting to drop down on me. And then at the top here, we just have our transformer to take care of. So now that this bit is frozen, we have 3 chests here to pick up. They're all real chests, so you don't have to worry about them eating you. Left one, we have a Soul Vessel, if you did want to change up your build a little bit. Middle one, we have the Sorcerer's Twin Blade. That's kind of a weird kind of hybrid thing going on there. Intelligence scaling. Twin blade. I don't know. Twin blades are heckin' cool. I've never really played around with them much. They look cool. They're very flashy. Where is it? There it is. So yeah, intelligence scaling, but not very well. But it does have the ability to cast sorceries. It's a catalyst. So Yeah, cool for, yeah, hybridization. Definitely style points more than actual attack points. Okay, so drop back down here. We've been here before. Heading back on round to the building. All three of the DLCs are all pretty unique in their own ways. And I think a lot of people judge Dark Souls 2 unfairly because it does feel very different to Dark Souls 1, and then Dark Souls 3 kind of felt a bit more like Dark Souls 1, so I think that's why people are all very quick to like shower love and praise and affection on 3, but kind of 2 tried to do some different things. Okay, we got 3 of these stabby lads here. We're just going to retreat back through the door. The mace is, the rapier would be a bit safer. The mace is a bit of a risk because of it potentially hitting the walls. But they're so slow and they are a little bit derpy. So just got to watch our stamina there. Oh, they managed to backstab me. Luckily, I just seem to have like crazy defense, or they just have really low attack, or a mix of the two. And it doesn't ever really seem to do that much. But still, we should be trying not to get hit where we can. Or where I can. I don't know, I'm very hypercritical of myself. Like, I do think if I'm watching a walkthrough video and the person's just like getting hit by everything, I sort of go a bit like, I thought this was meant to be a walkthrough. I got hit again. But the thing is, you can get hit though. And you're gonna get hit. It's very hard to do this game hitless. I don't know why I'm being such a plonker. Third Dragon Ring is at risk. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Oh, it's almost broken. Right, just to save us some money, I'm just going to take this off. We'll put on steel protection instead. That's very interesting. So them hitting me so much is breaking my ring. So maybe getting hit is bad. Who would have known? Anyway, right, okay, so that's us now back at this little crossroads where we went left and there was a few goodies there. Right is to drop down to get to the bonfire, but obviously once you drop down you can't get back up again, so don't drop down just yet. This is where we're wanting to go. So we couldn't get through here before because we are required to light these 4 braziers in order to open this door. Very, very Legend of Zelda. We could go all the way back to the bonfire and get a torch, or we could literally just use a flame butterfly. Hopefully you have a flame butterfly. If you don't, I'm afraid you will need to walk all the way back to the bonfire, but you've cleared all the enemies, so it's not such a big deal. Just walk back, light your torch. Careful not to rest, that would be devastating. Bring it all the way back here. Light these 4 torches. That's us done with the torch. Now we can get rid of it. And now we can get in here. So there's a key in here. If you are not bothered about doing all bosses in this game, and if you're especially not bothered about doing absolute BS in this game, this is the key to the Frigid Outskirts. So the Frigid Outskirts, you've probably heard people talk about Horse Valley. That is Horse Valley. And it's absolutely awful. And it really is as bad as the stories say. So if you are not bothered about that, then obviously disregard this section, but this is how to get to it. So we go up there just to grab that item up there. Straight ahead, past all these stabby guys, that's where we want to be. There's also a big nasty in the way, and there's another big nasty just around here. So there's a couple ways we can deal with these. We've got obviously Great Resonant Soul, which is going to deal quite a bit of damage. So we can literally just pull and then roll away. He will chase you, but he will sort of tether eventually. He does come outside. If you keep the pressure up, he does, so be aware of that. But if we can get him to just sort of take a few of these... Oh, that's a shame. What a waste. Just take a few spells first. So as with fighting any flexile sentry, there's a few of these in the game. You'll remember from fighting the boss, the easier side is the dual mace side. So you want to sort of hang around on that side to try and activate it. You're looking for this attack here, where he sort of stabs the ground. It's just so much easier to deal with. However, the scimitar side is a lot faster, and it inflicts bleed on you as well. So it's a bit more difficult to deal with. Outside here in the snow is a good place to fight, because you can sort of try and get to the back side if you need to activate the back side. So there's one round the path to the right, and there's also one just ahead down there. So down there is where the key is. First of all, we will just go around here and let's see if we can pick off a couple of these guys. So obviously when we start attacking them, they're not going to like that. They're not going to take too kindly to that. You can use obviously the levels in this place to your advantage and sort of like kite them around. So if I like drop to this level, oh no, I didn't want you to drop down there. I was going to say we can do it just sort of like one level at a time. So we've only got this guy to worry about, and then we can kill a few more. Wait until they run all the way back round. They're going to try and run all the way up this tunnel, and they'll start up here in this tunnel. Okay, now we're going to drop down. And then see, okay, we've picked off one. Just picking off one or two from the group is the way to do it. Bless them, they're all very confused. They're not too scary one-on-one, but like in a group, they can be quite scary. I mean, just like anything in this game. Hell, a pack of like mindless hollows can be scary in a group, so yeah, we're just playing things nice and safe. Oh, pick up that 2 human effigy, really nice. Oh, can I get a plunging attack here? Nah, not quite. Didn't quite fall for far enough. Did I get the other item up there? Did I? Oh god, my memory is so bad. Like my short-term memory is so bad. Right, okay, yeah, so it was just the human effigies up here. Nice, and then the other side had the, was it a fist weapon? I didn't even take a look at it. There's some cool weapons in the DLCs. It felt like they kind of tried hard. Was it Bone Fist? I think it was Bone Fist. Yeah, hand-to-hand combat. Pretty cool. Right, so another Flexile Sentry down here. So we can do the same. We can kind of pull him and then run round and just sort of kite him around the staircase. If you have range. If you don't have range, you can sort of utilize plunging attacks, I suppose, if you're like really fast. You can sort of like get round here. Nah, I think it's too not high enough for a plunge. No. But we can sort of do a bit of this, bit of backing off. I want to try and get the other side. Careful though, it activates like instantly. There we go. And down. So once that's down, we can move in for a couple of hits. My stamina is obviously really low because I'm not a melee character, but hopefully you'll have a bit more stamina than this. He does have like a lunge attack. Don't you show me that booty. I don't want that booty. There's a bit of a wind down after that attack that you can punish. Nice. Okay. Had just enough stamina for that. Yeah, not too bad. Also, if you just don't really like fighting those guys, I don't blame you. I don't really like fighting them. I see what they tried to do, but I don't like it. You can literally just run past, like grab this garrison ward key. That's all we need. That's literally all we need from this place. So you can definitely just run past and grab it. You could even suicide run and grab it. All you'd lose is your souls, I suppose. But that's us done with this area. So you can use your Ancient Feather, or you can Homeward Bone, I guess. Same thing. Same thing. Or you can just like run down here, I suppose. Like grab the bonfire here. Here might be a good time to go and spend these souls, but I mentioned before, I'm not really that bothered. But yeah, definitely like whenever you have enough to level up, just go bank them. Just don't waste them. Because there's moments like that where you're kind of like, oh, I really don't want to go back there. And then you might have to go back there for your souls and you're just like, ugh. You're just like, ugh. What do you mean I have to play the game? Ugh. Okay, next section here is towards our next white Loyce Knight, basically. Just to take a quick look at this key, we picked up the Garrison Ward key. Just here, it opens the door in the Garrison Ward. It was built to confine chaos, and Eleum Knights remain there today, waiting for someone to lead the advance on a swollen flame, faithful to the King's final orders. That's quite misleading, I suppose. because I don't think there are any heckin' Loyce Knights in the Frigid Outskirts. But here we are. The garrison, though. We've been to the garrison. And also, you will have explored, you know, that locked door in the garrison. So you'll know where this key goes. It's a locked room. I had no stamina. A locked room. It's got a bunch of coffins in it. I think I called them tombstones earlier. Because I was going to call them tombstones again there. They're not tombstones, they're coffins. Anyway, you, in very Dark Souls fashion, can jump into one of these coffins and it transports you to the best place on earth. Right, okay. This is definitely an area that's definitely like grown on me. So this stabby lad doesn't seem to want to join in, but we're taking no chances and we're just taking him out. Did I not pick this up before? 3 Lloyd's talismans. Can't say I would ever really use those. So we never found the shortcut for this area, but we will. It comes from the inner wall, like it kind of like loops back on itself. I don't think we'll ever really use that door, but we got it. So here we go. Right, this is the door that the garrison ward key opens. We have got all these little hollows which will activate, so we're just going to pull our big guy away from them, try and get behind him, get our backstab, and then as he is recovering, oh, here they come. They're not going to really give us any bother, they're just a pain in the bum. I'm trying to get to this guy so he can est us. There we go, we got another backstab. So you need to somewhat keep up the pressure with the big guys because they can heal. Oh, have I got another big guy? Oh, you shouldn't have. Let me just... Oh, nice. Okay, so he's like... he's not wanting anything to do with the garrison flipping ward here. I don't blame him. Here we are. So we're just going to touch this bonfire here. And then this coffin here, don't examine it. Don't do it. This will take us down here. Literally, that's the Frigid Outskirts over there. And our third... Oh, that's so cool. You can see that that's where we started. So does that mean from where we started, we can see this? I love that stuff. I love it. And then there's the bridge and all that. And yeah, let's go. So cool. Yeah, that takes you down there. But we're not doing that yet. But now that we have the bonfire, we can like just warp back there whenever we want. It's all opened up for us. Right. Oh, we got a thing. Life gem. Okay. I mean, that'll get used. Definitely. That'll get used. Always got room for life gems. Always buying them. Always carrying 99 of them. Can you imagine if Malentia's life gems were like a limited like resource? Oh my god. What would I do? I would just die all the time. So the chests in this room are all now melted, including one of the chests that wasn't like the others. So is there just one guy in here? Yeah, cool. Just the one guy, actually. Now that he's backed up against the wall, my third hit's not going to miss. Hey. Oh, Stabby Lad. Hi, Stabby Lad. I actually didn't see you outside. But good thing we are aware of our surroundings and always looking behind us, because he is so silent creeping up on you. I guess that's their real like danger, is they don't make any noise, really. Okay, 1 chest, 2 chest, 3 chest, 4 chest, mimic. So we already knew it was a mimic because we could see it was a mimic when it was frozen, but just in case you've forgotten, iron chests, you can always tell really quickly at a glance if they're a mimic because they have big, shiny silver hooks, hatches, locks on the front of them. Also, it's got teeth. You can see the teeth. You can literally see the teeth. And it's breathing, which actually is very subtle on the iron chest. With the wooden chest, you can see them breathing. Right, so, mimic. Let's just go ahead, hit it a couple times, and then get the hell out of there. You want to be standing nowhere near that mimic when it wakes up, even behind it. Because even if you are behind it, mimics have a 360-degree grab that will grab you if you're standing behind it. It's absolutely awful. I hate them in Dark Souls 2. They're awful. That's just got another piece of the Katarina set. I actually think that's the set complete now. There's a Titanite slab in this one. Let me just have a check. I think that's it complete. Let's see. Have we got the helm? We've got the armor. We've got the gloves. And we've got the legs. Dark Souls 1 fans. He is in Dark Souls 2, kinda. Onion Knight. 7 old Radiant Life Gems. Very good. Very good for upcoming bosses. Especially the Burnt Ivory King. 3 Bonfire Ascetics, should you wish to mess around with upgrading Bonfire levels into New Game Plus. And 2 Bright Bugs. Rejoice. We are saving these for Lud and Zallen. After you've had a couple goes at them and you're more comfortable with their moveset, we're going to start using Bright Bugs on them because that is a fight that you just want to be over as quick as possible. It sucks. Okay, so second time around here, this place is very different up on the battlements. First of all, we have our path down there, completely free, completely open. And second of all, we have our path on the right here with our invisible laddies, which is now totally open as well. Invisible laddies that should be visible. Where are they? Do they... Friends, ken how sometimes I mention the fact that I still learn things about this game to this day after like hundreds and hundreds, nay, thousands of hours in this series. I still learn stuff. My God, these invisible guys do not respawn. What? Let me know in the comments below if you didn't kill these guys on the first time around and you came here now. Are they here? Are they visible? Because I seem to remember they turn visible like when you get the Eye of the Priestess. But like, maybe I just don't normally kill them when they're invisible. I don't really know why I did that on the first time around here, but it caused us all to learn something new. So I'm buzzing. Sorry again that was a little bit like suboptimal, but like, that's really cool. If they don't respawn, that's like massive. It's still easier just to leave them until you can see them. But still, that's cool. Good to know. Dorgo's hat. Very good if you are a Dex character using bows. It's a hat. I don't know why I'm looking in the hacking weapons section. Plus, it's super, super cute. It's got a little feather in it. There it is. It's got a little feather in it. Boosts range of bows. Now, you might think, yeah, range. How does that do anything for my damage? Well, you do less damage when your arrow is at max range because of the drop-off, so... Okay, now that this path up ahead has unfrozen, this is our way to go for our next White Knight. However, first of all, we are going to go left. There's a couple things we didn't do in this direction the last time we came through here. The first one is through the store here, there was a frozen chest, and now it's just a chest. When is a frozen chest not a chest? When it's frozen, I guess. There's 3 Elizabeth mushrooms in here, which could be good for just popping at the start of a boss fight before you go through the fog, and they can heal you throughout the fight. There was a little stabby guy sitting here, but I already killed him. Sorry. But yeah, he's sitting here, so bear that in mind. You want to come through here, kill him before you go and open the chest, because he might stab you in the back. The second thing is when we came through here before... Oh, let me just get this guy first. Let me just get this guy. It's like you don't want me to stab you in the back. Yeah, the second thing is, when we came through here, we went straight down the way just to get straight to the bonfire because... just to save some time. But it did mean that we've now got to come... Excuse me. Nobody wants to be backstabbed by me today. Well, great, cool. Better late than never. Yeah, we just went straight down to get our Eye of the Priestess, but we did miss this room here, and I felt dreadful about it. So we're going to make sure that we do get it this time around. But now this guy is following us. They just really don't want us to get this room. These guys with their shields coupled with the fact they can't be backstabbed, are so annoying. They're so annoying. Okay, right. Let's top off. Pop our heads in here. Alright, we've got some doggies here, so let's use the doorway. Blast them with some great resonant souls. Oh, they're so fast, they're too fast for me. So great resonant soul, maybe a little bit overkill, but I would prefer to kill them in one hit before they overwhelm us. There's a ladder there, we'll go in here first. Grab my human effigy. Could come in handy later on. I'm going to grab all these. And then we've got another doggy. Oh. And this guy here. Do you jump down? Let's just, better safe than sorry. Take care of him. What do we have in here? Soul of a great hero. Ooh. So we'll go up the ladder to get up to the top bit. Just here. And look, there's the door where we first came in. There's the bonfire. There's the... Connected world. We love to see it. Yeah, so we don't have to worry about that guy because he's already dead. Chest in this room. Splintering lightning spear. A miracle for your collection of miracles. If you're collecting those, if you want to use them, or if you just want them for the platinum trophy, that's where you get that one. So from here, there's no need for us to go back down that way. That just leads to a sort of drop of no return that gets you to the inner wall bonfire. We're going back all the way back to this path here, which is now opened up. It was all frozen before, but now it's all open, so we can head down here. All right, sorry if that cut was a little bit jarring. I just wanted this to be nice and coherent and have everything in it. And no doubt I've probably still missed a bunch of things, but that was something that I noticed that I missed. So I wanted to try and fix it. Anyway, right, back to the present. Boat only in these games is so silly. It's so, you're playing so differently from how you normally play. It's so good. Anyway, sorry, I yap. I've been told off for my yapping many times. So I'll try not to deviate from the task at hand. Although, to be fair, if you're still here at this point, I would say 2 hours into a video, I think you probably like the yap. I think there's a reason that you're still here, instead of clicking off and going to no commentary walkthrough. Anyway, as you can see, I love how this area all like sort of feeds back into itself. Hopefully you also recognize that this was a very early section of the area, and you don't drop down because we don't want to drop down there. That'll undo a lot of progress. We don't want to do that. I mean, I guess if you do drop down, you would just like teleport to the garrison ward bonfire and you'd come back that way. That's not too bad, at least. Right, so dealing with these guys is a bit of a pain because there's 2 of them. But if the projectile does hit us, it's not a big deal. And if you do manage to get a backstab, you can have somewhat of an immunity while you're in the backstab animation. So I guess go for the backstab or pick them off from afar. Pick the first one off from afar and then close in on the second one. There's another one behind me. So you must have come in from outside. Alrighty. Oh, careful not to roll off the edge. Nice. Yeah, very careful not to roll off the edge. That's not going to end well. So that guy was out here. Probably best to go and get him before approaching this guy, but I didn't think we would aggro him, but here we are. Here we are. So the way to progress is down the ladder, but before we do that, don't do that. Let's go up the ladder. There's a shortcut up here that's going to save us a lot of time if you do die in the next section. I guess, so hang on. I mentioned about the garrison ward bonfire. Now that we've opened that up, there's the bonfire down there. So now here is the way that we're progressing through this shortcut. Saves you a bunch of time. All right. Okay. And down. Hold B and hold the stick down to quickly slide down a ladder. If you want to quickly drop off the ladder, it's tap B twice. Or circle, depending, I guess, what you're playing on. This is something that changes from Dark Souls 1 to Dark Souls 2, so if you weren't aware. Climbing up ladders quickly is only in Dark Souls 2, though, and above. Dark Souls 1 had slow ladders only. Unfortunately. Right. Okay, we got a big guy here, and quite a small room to fight him in. So we are going to still go for the backstabs, but be aware. Try not to fall down the hole. That was very nice. That was the best attack he possibly could have done. He leaves his back, like, way open. Try not to linger in the doorway, because we could pull the next guy, which we don't want. Yeah, he's got... Well, he just casts at you. Don't know if you, like, hide behind the wall if he then approaches you. Yeah, either way, careful not to pull this guy. So we can drop down there, but we don't want to. We've got a ladder just here, so we can do it nice and safely. There we go. Making our way down slowly. Picking up all the shinies. Ring of Resistance. +1. So if you're just looking for a catch-all, if you're kind of like playing semi-blind, I mean, I don't know if you'll be playing semi-blind watching a walkthrough, but this is just a bit of everything. Poison, bleed, curse, and petrify. Jack of all trades. Master of none. So now we've got, like, I guess a big spread, especially maybe if you're going into like some PvP situations, that might be good because you don't know what someone has. Like if you get invaded, although I would argue if you get invaded, you probably don't have time to switch rings. All right, doggies, 3 of them. Obviously magic might be a little bit easier way of dealing with them than the mace, but just try and separate them. Oh my god, I hate dogs, man. I love dogs in real life. Fromsoftware dogs, not as much. Can't even really use the ladder. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I'm pinned. Oh god. Let's get round the corner here. At least slow them down a tiny bit round the corner. Get my mace. And down. Last one. Yeah, we managed to confuse the other one. Thank god. Yeah, man. So from the start, probably shouldn't have gone in with melee. Probably should have used Dark Orb on them, or even Great Resonant Soul. There's some Wilted Dusk Herbs here, so you can replenish your spells, your spell uses. Pretty handy. We've got another dog in the back there. Let's just take no chances. Oh, and another one there behind the flipping boxes. I did think, I was like, surely there's not just one dog. Right, one did bite me, but it's fine. We got another one down. If you've only got one to worry about, you can just wait for him to snap and then hit him back. But when there's 3 of them, you're kind of like, ugh. I'm just complaining. This whole, like, second half of this section's just been me complaining, hasn't it? No, I've been gushing. I have also been gushing. There's been a bit of gushing as well. Listen, I'm not just a complainer. I'm also a gusher. Right, let me get rid of that. I don't know, it's annoying me. Alright, and then we'll put it back on later, no doubt. Okay, in here in this room, very, very importante, is an elevator for another shortcut. We're so lucky. But be sure to obviously open the door. It's not much of a shortcut if you don't open the door. So this door now is not as easy to get to. This is where we first picked up the Eye of the Priestess. It's just before the, if you go down this path, you get to the inner wall bonfire. So now technically we are closest to the inner wall bonfire. Righty right, we're going back. We're just opening that up just should we need it. Should we die again and not want to redo everything again? Redo all those doggies again. Cool, right, so proceeding across this bridge, we're going to have a scripted invasion, which we're going to get our great resonant souls for it. Castaway Witch Donna. So Donna's a caster. Casting these really slow moving projectiles. We're just going to dodge through them or just eat them. She's got quite high dark defense. Let's just see if we can get behind her. Not letting us get the backstab, are you? So her biggest defense is actually going to be like running behind this guy. So we're not gonna take any chances here. Let's just... I'm watching her projectiles, but then also kind of like... They're both blocking me. He's going back. He's like out of the way. Alright, let me just... I just want to fight one of yous. Don't want to fight two of yous. This is annoying. This is... What do we do here? Right, okay. We've managed to separate them. Right, let's get behind him. Backstab. Nice. Okay. And then maybe we can get, as he's coming up, we can eat a spell. No problem. Just get him down. Right, he's down. Perfect. Okay. Now we can approach Donna. Hey, you've got the same hat as me. Really cool. Right, backstab? Nope. She probably doesn't have that high stamina, so I reckon if you keep the pressure up, you could probably get her to... Yeah, there we go. So... Right, you can do that. R1 for a critical. Very nice. Stamina's a bit of an issue here for me. Nice. Okay, yes, she doesn't really do much when you hit her with the mace. You could just sort of tell if it's an NPC or even a player that has like light armor on and they're using a shield, they probably don't have a lot of like stamina, a lot of stability in their shield and their stamina and that. So you can kind of just like purposefully hit the shield and try and get a crit out of it. But bear in mind, like obviously if you're fighting a player and doing that, it's not as good of an idea because they can parry you as well. I mean, some NPCs can parry you, but Donna, nah. Quite scary with low magic defense, but not so scary when approached. So our reward for this, the end of this path, is our second Loyce Knight. Very good. Only one more to find, and then we can go for Burnt Ivory King. And then after Burnt Ivory King, it's literally Frigid Outskirts and Lud Zallen. Just like that. Just like that. So you can Ancient Feather or you can Homeward Bone, but just for the sake of the walkthrough, kind of showing you how this area all ties together. God, I've used a lot of life gems, haven't I? Should be using my Estus. Yeah, just for the sake of showing you how it all ties together. Let me just run down here. And then round into the inner wall. Nice, nice, nice. Through here and straight across and rest. So, very good. I'm going to pop a human effigy. Oh, pop a human effigy. Just because I've got millions. And then we will proceed. So we didn't explore the inner wall before. There was no reason for us to, really. So this is all from scratch. We've never been in here before. Let's get to it. So right away we have these guys. Stabby lads have been upgraded to casty lads in this bit. They will still be attacking you if it's your first time through here. They only don't attack you, the ones that are in the blizzard. So, I mean, obviously, like, these guys are safe from the blizzard in here. So they still attack you. Bear that in mind if you did come through here on the first way around. But you've probably already done that by now. Right, we got a lot of casters in here. Luckily, we have range on our side. If you don't, I recommend at least, you got to have some kind of range. You can't have no range. We need to at least get one of these guys down. We can handle two of them because with our mace, we can just rush the second one and get it down in 2 hits. Oh, they're now behind this golem. Right, speaking of golem, there might be no way around it, but obviously if we kill something near that golem, their soul is going to be absorbed, bringing the golem to life. There's kind of no way around it, really. It's going to be very difficult to get them to come out. So we kind of just accept it, I think, in this case. And try and focus on getting them out. This is just nuts. Do you know what might actually be easier? Just to like run in there. It might actually be easier. Let's go. Right. Got hit, but it's fine. Golem got absorbed, but it's fine. We can pull this guy out, right? This guy will come out. That's good. Golem will also come out, be aware. But we can pull him back, take him down. Nice. We've got another spiky back boy. But it's fine because we're separating them. We can even go as far back as outside. We can even go outside. We've got this whole area here to play in. Just keep an eye. Oh, my stamina. Keep an eye on my stamina, guys. Keep an eye on that tunnel where the golem could come out. Right. Nice. Nice, nice. I could have kept chipping away, but I got kind of bored. Kind of bored of chipping away and just ran in there. What we can do is we can avoid activating the second golem. Certainly can avoid that. Let's just play this safe. Here's a question. Can a golem dying near another golem, can that activate another golem? I actually think it can. But you just deal with it. It's more stuff to kill. But they're not too bad. They're pretty slow. As long as you can separate them. Like, luckily the golems come out of the room. If they didn't, that would be kind of tough. Right. Right, okay, that's him down. Him? No, it's not. They're alive. What the no. Oh my god. Alright, this guy, we're just pulling him away. Pulling him away from the golem. That's far enough away. Very nice. Okay, very good. So, these ones in this room, if you find a way to avoid it, please do avoid it. Killing stuff near them so they don't activate. However, in a future room, we're going to do it on purpose. So, bear that in mind. Right, normal chest. Shiny buckles on the front chest. Mimic, another mimic. So now that everything's dead, we're going to activate this mimic, hit it a couple times, maybe 3, and then jump away. Off to the side, nowhere near it. We're now going to pull this mimic back so as to not activate the golem. That should be far enough. You're kind of awkward. You're so gangly, man. Bear in mind, they can lunge at you. They have like a jump attack, so. Symbol of avarice. Nice. So this is a staple. Here we go. Nice big treasure chest, big tongue hanging out. This will slowly sap your health. As you can see, my health very slowly depleting, but also it will increase the number of souls that you gain. So if you're someone who likes to play a little bit more dangerously and get very much rewarded for doing so, you can wear this for some soul farming. Other things you can wear, obviously, don't forget the covetous silver serpent ring to increase it even further. 3 twinkling titanites and 3 petrified dragon bones. Very nice. If you haven't done already, please consider fully upgrading an armor set because the amount of defense that it gives you is silly. The difference that these DLCs make, like having high defense, it's nuts. Take it from me. It's crazy. You can get away with so much with high defense and high health in this game. So especially Frigid Outskirts, yeah, you want high defense and high health for Frigid Outskirts, yeah. So this room's kind of empty, or is it? Holy Knight or Heim. So Holy Knight, he's some kind of paladin. He's got some kind of spells, some kind of trickster spells on the go. I was lying, this room really is empty. He's not in here. We can head upstairs. Don't worry about Orheim. Don't worry about him for now. Worry about the task at hand, and that is this room up here. We have a chest that is surrounded by 3 of the soul-stealing golem lads. So what we're going to do is just try and get... Oh, he like thought I was going down the stairs there. Trying to get these guys one at a time to come down the stairs, fight us here, away from the rest of them. He's... Oh, they lose interest really quickly, which I suppose is good. But we not good in this instance. Good in general, if you're needing to back off and recover. We could use the stairs to like get a quick getaway. These guys are just, the most annoying enemies, I think, in this zone. Because I can't cast spells at them because they block. I can't backstab them because they have no back. They're just spikes. Annoying. And I just don't quite have enough agility to dodge through their attacks. So annoying. You can, of course, fight them all up here and like deliberately activate the golems, but I prefer this somewhat safer approach. This guy is, oh man, just sort of playing with him, just sort of teasing him for a wee minute. But yeah, these golems here, you can manually attack them, or you can wake them up with the souls of other people. It just depends how hard you want to play this. I'm just going to get this guy here. If you kill one of the golems, it'll then animate another golem. So I feel like there's no tidy way to do this, really. Should probably kill that spellcaster. I don't know why I'm leaving him alive, really. Just start playing with him. But yeah, or you could like separate. We could like separate this golem, kill him far away from his pal. Using the mace, you don't want to use like a thrusting weapon on these guys. It'll break really quickly. Could use our spells, I suppose. Bonk. But yeah, if we are able to separate him, it means that we can kill the third one just while it's nice and passive. But it's not a big deal, really. It's as long as they're one at a time, it's no big deal. It's all good. They're just a bit slow. And all the while, we're like, hang on a minute, I got invaded. When's he going to show up? Don't worry about it. Okay, oh nice, so it did animate the third one. That's fine, though. It's okay. We've got all day. And also, he seems a wee bit confused by what's going on in here. The weapon in this chest, it's a weapon. So if you can't be bothered, or if you're like pretty happy with your setup or whatever, maybe you don't want to bother getting this because it takes a wee while. It's a weapon, it's a sword, it's a pretty cool sword, actually. So we're gonna get it because it's a walkthrough, damn it. So I'm gonna walk you through it. Bonk. There we go. Okay, right, with the 3 of those down, sorry, I wanted that to be a bit more like cool and flashy than it ended up being, but whatever, they're down. We got our chest. Inside is the curved Neil greatsword, which is pretty cool. Curved greatswords are pretty cool. Where is it? There, okay. So, one of the forbidden weapons sealed away by the Ivory King. The further its wielder travels, the deadlier the blade becomes. So this sword is like super, cool looking, but the effect is really unique. The item description doesn't really tell us much. It just says like the further you travel, which is like, what does that mean? What it actually means is like the more times you play through the game. So the more New Game cycles you do, so it'll be stronger on New Game Plus, and then even stronger on New Game Plus Plus, and then even stronger on New Game Plus Plus Plus, and you get the idea. It maxes out at like New Game Plus 9. So it is pretty cool. Right, so we've got our little bit back there, but before we do that, we're just going to head up. And I just feel this direction's just calling me. I just feel like there's some really nice looking barrels here. What's in this chest? Oh my god. You mean to tell me that wasn't a barrel? It was a guy? Hey, there's Orheim, lying in wait using chameleon, or silver talisman, disguised as a battle. Good times. Great times. If you, don't open that chest, the chest is what triggers him. If you don't open that chest and you just, roll through the battles, you might be like, oh, hello? If you don't, and if you just, run away, you'll just, look behind you, and you'll just see this, battle following you, and it's so funny. I just find it so funny. But yeah, there's Orheim. This is why I said not to worry about it. Obviously, it goes without saying, please don't let yourself get backstabbed. Please don't try this at home. This was done on Jackass for TV purposes only. Simply roll through the barrels, or even better, attack the barrels. You know? And get him down. Before we go for our final night. Oh, let's go get the chest, actually, before we go. Yeah, let's get the chest first. So the ironic thing is that in the chest, there are silver talismans, which is what he was using. It's like maybe they were his stash of silver talismans, but that's what disguises you as a random item, which might come into use later on in this episode, maybe. This is where we can go to get our final Loyce Knight. Just down here. This section kind of sucks. We want to be aware of the golems, be aware of all the freaking casters. Try and separate them like so. Break line of sight so we don't get hit by magic. And also not hit the wall with the mace. I think we're going to end up animating a golem here, but that's fine. It's whatever. We can get a few hits in as he's waking up and then roll away. Hello. Not ideal in a small corridor. He's kind of stuck. Wow, is he stuck in the wall? Got stuck in the wall. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, and I got the soul now, so don't have to worry about this golem here. But I'm just gonna kill him anyway, because I'm like fun like that. It's really doing a number on the durability of my mace, though, is the only thing. But hey, free souls. He didn't put up a fight, did he? Here's the Loyce Knight. Let's go. Get that opened up. There he is, sitting by himself. Hello, friend. Our third and final. There he goes to save the day. Look at him go. What a guy. What a guy. Alright, this little bit over here. We have a shiny down this weirdly empty corridor. Flame butterfly. Now I know there's an illusory wall here, but I forget which wall it's on. Bear with me a second. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay, so this we can drop down to here. Which is right above where our bonfire is. We've got some guys up here that we want to fight one at a time if possible. Get around behind. Get backstab. Get the other guy. Sorry, can you hear my dog crying? She cries to get in, so I let her in, and then she cries to get out, like, almost immediately. She's like a cat. Don't you drink? Don't you drink? I should let her out. Hello. Evie, don't you know there is darks to be soulsing? Didn't you hear? There was souls to dark. It's a bonfire. I think she wants to hang out, like she wants to be near me, and then she's like, no wait, you talk so much. Let me out. It's so nice when you can like hear the hum of a bonfire, isn't it? You're just like, oh, feels safe, man. Feels safe. I still keep trying to get behind these guys, but there's no reason to, other than obviously avoiding their attacks. Avoiding their attacks is a good thing to do, I suppose. Not that I'm doing much of that. Mace is starting to get kind of kind of busted. Right, our prize at the end of this long, long corridor, the fire clutch ring. I think we have all the clutch rings now. We do. Magic, lightning, fire, and dark. So this will increase all fire attack damage you do, whether it's pyromancies or you have a fire weapon or stuff like that, at the detriment of, I think it's 8% increased damage taken. Physical damage taken. So just heading all the way back round to the room that the knight was in. And up the stairs behind him. Beep, beep, boop. To this door. So this is very, very familiar. This is right after Aava. Game tells you exactly what to do. It's like, right, well, you found the final Loyce Knight. Now it's time to go back up here. I mean, or you could like homeward bow and then like warp here. But it's always cool to see how the area all connects, you know. Alternatively, also we did find the bit where you could like drop down just after Orheim. But yeah, it all connects up. If we rest here, repairs my mace, let's go travel and dump some souls, because we got like 250k now. That's quite a lot of souls. Okay, friends, this is great. This is great. It's time to talk about the second boss of this area. One of the hardest bosses in this game, purely because of, I guess, the situation around it. The first layer of difficulty is in maybe not realizing you have to get more knights. There's a first phase and a second phase, the first phase of which can get like, oh, so annoying. I'm going to buy these bright bugs. Definitely worth doing. Do you know what else? I've still got 88k. How's my armor doing? Are we all +5? Oh my god. I guess I could level up that staff. So we've got a bit of souls left over, but I don't really care. So, back to the Grand Cathedral. Okay, so it's time to talk about Burnt Ivory King. This is potentially one of the hardest bosses in the game. Because there's a lot of like sort of angles to it. The first angle, I suppose, if you came straight here after Aava and didn't realize that you kind of need all 4 of the Loyce Knights to make this a remotely fair fight, then obviously it could come across as impossible. Phase 1 is a phase where you and your knights are all fighting together a bunch of seemingly never-ending respawning enemies coming out of these portals, and the more knights you have, obviously the more easy the crowd is to manage, but also the knights do sacrifice themselves to close the portals. So in order to close these 3 portals, we need 3 more knights, and then in theory you have hopefully 1 knight left to help you fighting Burnt Ivory King. These knights don't work the same as like traditional summons. They do not increase the boss's difficulty in any way. They reduce it massively. So that's the first layer of difficulty. But we've already done that, and we had a lovely time going to collect all of our Loyce Knights, so not a problem. Phase 1 is an issue, especially for a wee little mage like me, because I am squishy. Even with 4 knights, these ads are going to be chasing me just non-stop. And it can seem really relentless. Unfortunately, the best tactic with how to take care of them is by having a really aggressive playstyle. You want to aim to be killing these guys faster than they are respawning. So you have a second to collect yourself, see where the next one's appearing, and then go to him before he can come to you. If you don't quite have the DPS, or if you're a little bit nervous or whatever, it is possible to do, just like keeping back, slowly chipping away one by one, but you need to like really pick your moments. Phase 1 can take a really long time when you're just slowly chipping away at everything from range. But eventually you will transition and get into phase 2 to fight the Ivory King himself. Even better, if you still have a knight with a decent amount of health, he will tank the boss for you. And if you've got any kind of range, if you've got any kind of spells left after all that, we can put some herbs on our bars to like replenish our spells. Then the actual boss himself is a cakewalk if you have a knight left. But we're going to assume you don't have a knight left, because if you do, he probably will die pretty quickly anyway. And we'll be fighting him one-on-one. This boss one-on-one is not too bad because he's quite slow, his attacks are quite telegraphed and not too hard to dodge. I feel like he looks scarier than he is. There are, however, just a couple of things to keep in mind, but other than that, he's just a standard guy with a sword. He doesn't really do anything special. So with all that in mind, how are we preparing for this boss? Well, first of all, I do not have any kind of weapon buff equipped. So I must have changed my hat. Oh, I changed my hat, didn't I? I put the the other hat on at the end of the last DLC, didn't I? And then I just forgot to put dark weapon back on. So I've got hexes, got dark orb with my sunset staff, got great resonant soul with Mikaitha's chime, and then I have dark weapon to buff my mace just to make my mace do a little bit more damage. Mace versus rapier. Here's the thing in this fight. So the mace, obviously, so much more damage. Stagger actually even more important than the damage. If we can knock these knights down in phase 1, that is ideal. Phase 1 is the harder phase. However, the rapier obviously just has that much higher like reach, and is much easier to use. So for my fellow mage hybrids that have these two weapons, neither of them is perfect, but for my pure melee characters, now is your time. Now is your time to shine. Pure melee is a much easier way to do this fight, really. However, for this current walkthrough, for this current build, I think I will go with the mace personally. The mace paired with, let me just get rid of all these just to keep things simple. I won't need the binoculars, let's just get rid of them. Anything you don't need on your bars, just take it off. And then it means if you're panicking in the moment, you're not going to accidentally switch to it, you know? Yeah, mace paired with stone ring. Now this is for, yeah, phase 1 for the charred Loyce Knights. That's going to work quite well, especially if we have our mace buffed with dark weapon. It's going to hopefully do enough damage to one cycle them in 1 bar of stamina. We'll see. We'll see. Stamina recovery could be quite good here for melee characters. Chloranthy ring. You're going to be dodging quite a lot as well in phase 1, so stamina recovery could be good too. Third dragon ring is just going to be good for everything. More health, more stamina, more carry weight. Carry weight, not a big deal, but yeah, health and stamina on that. Yeah, I'm at 33%, so I'm golden, but if that can get you under, say, 50%, then great. Ring of Steel Protection. This is a good shout as well. Defense, but also offense. I would say more offense on this fight. More aggression is better. So perhaps not the best choice. If you have a weapon that's particularly fragile, like the rapier, actually rapier is fairly fragile, you might want to consider bracing knuckle ring, because this is a fight that can go on for quite a long time. So if your weapon is like really fragile, for example, I highly recommend my strength bros check out the old knight hammer, this one here. This, when fully upgraded, two-handed, can do like 700, 800 damage. It knocks down the knights without the stone ring, I believe, in phase 1, and it's so good for phase 1 of this fight. However, it is really fragile. It has 30 durability. So consider using the bracing knuckle ring if you are using something that's fragile like that. The mace has 60, the rapier has 45, so they're not too bad, but it's another option for rings that might work. There are a lot of pyromancies going out in phase 1, so if you are struggling with those, then you might want to consider the flame quartz ring. Damage wise, we have Ring of Blades +1. We should have really went and got +2, but I just never got around to it. Or we have Flynn's ring, which is down the bottom. Old Leo ring if you do decide to go with the rapier. If you decide to focus more on spells, you will want the clear bluestone ring, because this is quite hectic, so casting speed is going to make a big difference. Lingering Dragoncrest ring if you're using dark weapon for most of the fight, which we are. That's a good shout, because we don't really want to spend too much time reapplying it, so Lingering Dragoncrest ring is a good shout there for us. I think I'm going to put Flynn's ring on for our final one. I'm just assuming that melee is going to be better than hexes. However, I would probably like something. Let's swap Lingering, I think, for the Abyss seal. Boosts our hexes by 7.5%. Just get a bit of... So we got something boosting our melee, something boosting our magic. Other good shouts for rings. Let's have a think. Ring of Restoration? Nah, maybe not. No. I tried the red eye ring because I thought this would surely be a fight where the red eye ring would be really good. It's meant to be like the tank ring, like enemies focus on you rather than your knights, but unless you're a really heavy build, you probably don't want that on this fight. The knights are there to be tanks, so yeah, maybe not. We have magic, fire, lightning, simpleton's ring. Yeah, I don't think you'll really need it on this one unless you're particularly unconfident with your rolling or really low on adaptability. I don't think you'll need that. Right, okay, pretty happy with these choices. Stone ring, third dragon ring, Flynn's ring, and lingering dragon ring. Sticking with the same armor, sticking with the same weapons. Okay, are we ready? Let's go. Let's go, let's go. I find I can stand here and tell you what to do, but until you actually go and do it and have a few tries yourself, it's quite difficult to visualize it until you have a try yourself. So we got our 4 bros here, ready to jump into battle with us. So we have probably just enough time just to pop Dark Weapon on before we rush. Oh man, I feel like this hits me every time. The old chaos. We're gonna rush the first one on the left here. So I don't really have the stamina. Can I get backstab? Right, damage is not what I thought it would be. And also Stone Ring, not doing anything. That's good to know. Good to know. Interesting. I had much more faith in the Stone Ring. So right away you can see they've got different weapons. Some have swords and shields. Some have big sort of halberds. And then some are pyromancers. It would be easy to say, yeah, focus on the pyromancers. Because they're the most like annoying ones. As you can see. However, that isn't always an option, really. Because your kind of first priority is just avoiding everything. So popping a life gem there. Right, our first knight has frozen the first portal. We've managed to get this one guy off on his own, away from the others. I'm fighting not locked on, so I can quickly look behind me. Oh my god, that was a good dodge. If you see shinies on the floor, you can collect, I think it's 50. It's something mental like 50. Charred Loyce souls to get their armor if that's something that you're interested in. Obviously just farm this first phase. Don't kill the Burnt Ivory King. You can farm out that armor set if you're a completionist like that. However, I would implore you to not pick them up during the fight. I would just kill all phase 1. Oh, there's our second portal gone. Kill all phase 1 and then pick everything up. You get a long time between phase 1 and phase 2 to pick stuff up. Taking loads of damage here. Nice. Ooh, our knights are doing a great job. This one's still at quite high health. I think the other one's going to go in now. Whoop. It's going to consider... Yeah, there he goes. On he goes to get the third portal there. So as soon as you see him going, we're on kind of a timer here to get the rest of these guys down. We want to get them down as fast as possible because it's just me and one other guy now. We want to try and get to phase 2 with our pal with as high health as possible. So that in that way it's kind of like a race. The pyromancers, you may have noticed, they've got 2 spells. One that's just a fireball and then one that is like they punch the ground, and there's like a snake of fire that comes out of the ground. This has impeccable tracking. So be aware, if you run to the side, it follows you. Like, it's gonna chase you. You have to, like, actually running back is a bit easier for the fire snake. Right, so with them all down, you get plenty of time to pick up all these Loyce souls. How's our guy doing? He good? Before this great big portal appears and out comes the Burnt Ivory King. He's so cool. I'd recommend, if you're rebuffing, to wait until he literally comes through. Obviously, we have our knight who's going to take damage, take aggro, like, first of all. We want this buff to last as long as possible, so. I'm going to have a look and see what kind of damage he takes from Resonant Soul. Wait for him to take aggro. There we go. A couple of hits should do it. 387, that's not bad. So you can definitely get a few hits in here just while your knight survives. Focus on using your range abilities while he is tanking. Right, so this boss, he is left-handed. So you want to dodge round to your right. Dodge through the sword, not away from the sword. And you'll have a much better time. Oh, I love him with these flippy flips. Isn't he cool? But if we just sort of watch him here. Oh, sorry. I thought you were fighting my pal. You were fighting my pal. Here we go. Right. So he's actually going into phase 2 here, where he enchants his sword with magic, and it looks massive. But don't worry, it actually has a much smaller hitbox than it looks. When you see him stab his sword down into the ground like that, it's an AoE. So just make sure you back off, like 2 rolls back should do it. Our knight's about to go down, so we are ready to jump in and take over. Right, he is down. Let's go, one-on-one. So when you are at range, he can jump towards you like so. You can get 1 hit in. Oh, sorry, I'm going to 2-hand. He can also charge you, dodge it, and get 1 hit in. If you hang around at his back, he's got a backhand attack, so just be aware of that. Let me see if I can get the charge attack for you here. Dodging round to the right gives you a lot of room for error, because, like I said, it's like it can look like you get hit, but you actually don't. So just keep strafing around behind him, and he is not that bad. Okay, this is probably right. So he tends to do that when you're a little bit far away from him. I'm not sure why he did that when I was like behind him. That's what you want, ideal. This nice, big, slow, just sort of jump attack. You can roll underneath and round the back of him and get a hit in. Here we go. Here's the AoE. Just backing off. Plenty of time to heal if you want to pop a life gem before he then jumps back at you. There we go. Backhand. So, okay, did take a hit there, but because of our defense, it's not a big deal. Took another hit there. That one there is quite a tricky one to time. Okay, we're going to look for a... Oh, we're going to look for a window. I've died. This is why I do post-commentary, usually. But we'll get in again, and we'll take a look again. There's a lot to talk about. Ah, guys, I miss the days where I used to be able to do 2 things at once. I used to be able to play games and talk at the same time, but alas, those days are behind us. A whole child ago. Right, welcome back to the old chaos. This is a boss that's, let's be real, you're not going to do it first try. It's tricky, so I don't know why I'm being so hard on myself. Right, let's have another go. The trash is absolutely the worst part about it. Like, the frustrating thing is having to get through phase 1 in order to fight phase 2 again. Phase 2, like I mentioned, is not that, like, complicated. But as you have seen, it can hit pretty hard. So yeah, fair enough. Hold my hands up. I maybe underestimated him a little bit. So yeah, this trash with my current build is really hard to do aggressively. I'm sort of forced to play defensively. If you do use the old Knight Hammer, which I recommended a little while ago, it does huge damage to these guys, knocks them down, which is the most important part, means you can get one big safe bonk in before you rush off. But do be aware, like you need to use a different weapon for the boss. You can't use big bonk on this boss, it's too slow. Well, I mean, you can actually. Don't let me tell you what you can't do, because you could definitely do it, but I don't recommend it. is what I mean. So yeah, these pyromancers, as you can see, I did mention the sort of fire snake the last time around. Quite difficult to dodge that. It will track you. It tracks your inputs. So game will be like, right, she's running left, so the fire will just go left. It's not like it follows you. It's like it knows where you're about to do. That's input tracking is what it's called. So be aware with that. Running backwards is actually the only reliable way to sort that. The fire ground snake. I don't know what to call it. The ground fire snake. These pyromancers I feel like would be so much easier if they didn't have a shield, but everyone's got a shield. So we can't even really cast from a distance because they're just going to block us. Which is making this quite difficult for our build, not going to lie. It's why, it was a main reason why I was considering switching to a full melee build for the DLC, but I did decide that hybridization helps us most overall. The Burnt Ivory King, the boss himself, we can absolutely use spells on, so it's not a big deal. We have pretty good elemental defense for the pyromancers, but still, you don't really want to fight the pyromancers like head on, face to face, because they do have conflagrate, which is like a shotgun to the face. It will do lots of damage at close range. So we're literally just running around, taking so much damage. Annoying. We would definitely benefit from more agility for this fight, I would say. Right, that's our final portal closed. Just takes so long. Obviously, it's faster the faster that you go, the faster that you kill the knights, the faster the white knights will close the portals. Faster you kill the charred knights, the faster the white knights will act. Okay, that was like the one instance where I've seen that fire snake like act dumb. Usually they're much smarter than that. I wonder if it was because of our white knight guy. But yeah, last guy down. Our knight is actually also down. So last try we managed to get to the boss with, like, he had so much more health, and now this time we're getting to the boss and he's dead. So that shows you the kind of different... I didn't really do anything different on this try, but it does show you the RNG element of the white knights helping you out. With this fight, you can go into phase 2 and one's on full health, and you can go into phase 2 and you're all alone. So it's worth, you know, assuming that you're going to be all alone. So when he appears, we're going to pop on Dark Weapon just to, you know, we don't want to waste... We probably could have waited a little bit longer, but I wanted to be mentally prepared for him coming through. The mace, we were mostly using for phase 1, but the rapier might have been better for phase 2. I do notice a few points here where we do miss, because of the mace's moveset. So we're going to dodge, always dodge to the right through his sword. When he does this dash, he will always do 2 little tippy toes, tip tip, and then swing. So you'll want to roll after the second tippy toes, like Fume Knight. That was not the safest place to heal, but I think I was panicking because I was running out of time this afternoon when I was recording. So safest time to heal are when he is doing his AoE attack, and then right after this, like, sort of dash there, because he's got a long recovery from that. This one he can recover pretty quickly. Here we go. He's powering up his sword. Again, this is a good time to heal or to get some hits in. He's doing that really early. Usually a little bit more time goes by before he does that. Tip tip slash. And then a grab, which somehow doesn't kill me. So I admit, guys, I'm not playing the best here. I'm not playing the best. Here we go. So here is his AoE. Back off and heal up. I could have used an Estus there. That is a good healing window that you can use an Estus, obviously for a much faster heal than the life gems, but at least that life gem is taken away. Right, it's time to lock in. Damage is not great, but it's not terrible either. You can switch to popping some great resonant souls if you want, but I think I was quite determined to show a bit of melee and then a bit of casting. There's not much difference really, it's a tiny bit more damage just to get him down a bit faster. Yeah, so it's literally just a case of dodge attack, round to the right, hit back, back off when he does this AoE. It's not too big, so you can just roll back once and then get a hit off or get a heal in. The only time you dodge left is when he sort of jumps back like this, runs in, and then swipes from left to right. That's where you would want to dodge to the left. Oh my god, right, Dark Souls 2. Welcome to Dark Souls 2, ladies and gentlemen, with less than perfect agility. That's what happens. You can get grabbed. Grab attacks are all like that. This is why you should just always make sure that your health is topped off whenever possible. Because you can get grabbed from Timbuktu. So the buff on his weapon doesn't last too long. So we're looking out now for him to take the time to try and reapply it. He'll always sort of jump back before he tries to do this. Oh, here we go. Right, he's doing it now. So because there was some distance between us, he was like, right, cool, let me rebuff. We got a couple free hits in. Dodging around to the left, past that dashing swipe, and now this one. I actually think I dodged far too early there. But it did give us the distance that we need, even if the timing was off. So yeah, always aiming to get behind him. Roll back here. We can get a little hit off here. We are just scratching him with damage here. Burnt Ivory King's a little bit like Sir Alon with his jumping slash is a bit like Sir Alon's dash, where it doesn't really matter your timing as long as you roll in general, because it tracks to your initial location. So there we go, there was a dash, step, and then swipe, so we step, and then roll. That's quite, I feel like once you learn the timing for that one doesn't take too long to learn. My timing, my comedic timing, where I'm like, yeah, this one isn't too bad. And then I immediately get hit by it. Incredible. It's not enough to kill you, though. With this amount of HP and defense, it's not enough to kill you. But 3 of it in a row will. So, don't. So I've made some distance here because, as you can see, the sword looks like it's flippin' massive. But actually it's not. It's still just like barely bigger than the hitbox of the original sword. It just looks big and intimidating. So yeah. Keep your cool. Chip away. Buff doesn't last forever. Creating some distance so we can... What am I doing? Am I not finishing him off? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, don't get greedy. Exactly, don't get greedy. Just take your time. There we go. Right, done. Burnt Ivory King. Cool boss. Alright, and that was everything that the Burnt Ivory King could throw at us. That was a little trickier with such low damage. That was oofed. Hopefully you had much higher damage per hit than I did. That would make that a lot easier. Right, so with him down, we're free to pick up the crown of the Ivory King. We have all 3 crowns now. Ah, a faint heat lingers in the ancient crown. So as with the other 2 crowns, this one has a special effect to it when you wear it. This one has the same effect as the Ring of Restoration, in that it has this really slow HP recovery effect, which might be your bag, actually. I feel like that would be useful. Plus it looks kind of nice, like a tiara. Okay, so with that done, you can Homeward Bone or Ancient Feather, but like just in case you don't have either of those, there is a nice handy dandy little teleport here. Out of the old chaos. Well, it's been real. See you later. Bed of chaos, I guess. So with Burnt Ivory King down, we can tell Alsana, you know, we did it. We did the thing.
You've granted. Now, I was born.
The dark.
How frightened I felt.
A piece of Manus, Father of the Abyss. Lots of nice lore.
With this,
I pray for their deliverance. Yep. Right, okay, so 1 boss remains in Eleum Loyce and in Dark Souls 2. 1 boss left. That's mental. It would have been nice to finish it on Burnt Ivory King, I realised, because he's like a really cool boss. But no, we're finishing it on an absolute BS boss because it's just... It's the one I left till last because I don't blame you if you just want to skip it entirely. Please don't skip Burnt Ivory King because that's really cool. But Lud Zallen, I just don't like them. Okay, so 150k souls. How did we get that? That's a lot of souls. I guess we could go back and bank those before going any further. Lego. Levels would be nice. I have no idea what to put these in, really. I guess more endurance would be nice. 20 endurance feels good. Yeah, go on then. Yeah, why not? Why not? For a treat. So we already have the bonfire for getting to the Frigid Outskirts. It is in the expulsion chamber. Expulsion chamber. Jeez. Yeah, so we can warp straight here, which is very handy. And then once you jump into this coffin, that is you. There are no bonfires down in the Frigid Outskirts. That's possibly why it is so awful. I think if there was just like a bonfire down there, like halfway through it, it would be so much less awful, but here we are. Once you go down there, you can't, you know, that's it. That's you till death or the boss. So any preparations you need to do that involve the bonfire, now is the time to do them. So attuning spells, which I do have to do. Fire weapon would be really cool. Right, hang on. So this is our last like boss of the DLC and like last boss of the game. So really we should be pulling out all the stops. Lud and Zallen are a boss that we want to DPS down as quick as possible. And a way that we can do that is using the rapier with a buff, with the old Leo ring, and just really just getting them down. The cats are weak to fire, so we can get the flippin' fire weapon buff, which is going to be really, really good. However, some steps are involved in getting that. And you know what? I don't really want to go down into the Frigid Outskirts, so let's go get flame weapon instead. You can skip this section if you want to go straight to the boss. There's chapters. I made chapters. So flame weapon is a reward for trading a boss soul weapon with Strayed. Just like any other, like, you know, there's loads of weapons and loads of spells that you can do that with. However, this special soul that you need for flame weapon can only drop in New Game Plus and beyond. Now, we're not going to go into New Game Plus, obviously, because, you know, we've got one boss left of the game. Why would we go into New Game Plus? We'd have to beat the whole game again to get back here. We can use Bonfire Ascetics. Now, this is something I didn't really talk about in this walkthrough because we've not really had a reason to use them. But if you know what you're doing, Bonfire Ascetics are so powerful. So we can use one of these to fight the Lost Sinner on New Game Plus and get the Old Witch's Soul, which we can trade for Flame Weapon. Each one of the 4 like sort of Lord Soul bosses that guard the Primal Bonfires, they have a special soul that only drops in New Game Plus. Each of them can all be traded for really cool things. So consider, you know, if you're not planning on playing New Game Plus, consider at least, you know, checking out what each of those bosses drop to see if there might be something cool for your build. Our first step is making sure we have a Bonfire Ascetic. You should have quite a lot of these because we've been picking them up like all over the place. Where are they? There they are. They look like little pumpkins. So we have 29 of them, which is enough. We only need one. Now, Lost Sinner is in the Lost Bastille, which is here. Each bonfire, you can see, has a number 1 on it. That means it's like level 1, new game. If you play on New Game Plus, each of these bonfires will have a number 2 on them for New Game Plus. Bonfire level 2. We can individually raise the level of a bonfire and therefore a section of the game, respawn some pickups, and also respawn bosses and mini bosses, and even items inside of chests sometimes. However, you need to make sure that the bonfire that you are asceticing is the correct bonfire. In this instance, because we're doing Lost Sinner, It's actually the Sinner's Rise bonfire that we want to raise. This one's an easy one because it's literally the only bonfire in this zone, but bear in mind, if you're playing around with Ascetics, do make sure that you're asceticing the correct bonfire for the zone. Like, for example, in Iron Keep, the first bonfire would be for Smelter Demon, but the third bonfire would be for Old Iron King. So just, I don't know, just make sure. Because if you go into New Game Plus, that bonfire is then going to be on level 3 in New Game Plus. So, good to know. Small risk, high reward. New Game Plus is not that much more difficult than New Game in terms of, like, enemy health and defense. However, you know, there's a few extra surprises in New Game Plus in Dark Souls 2, and it's great. Okay, so we're going to go to the Salt Fort in Sinner's Rise. There's usually a guy there. He doesn't seem to want to bother us. Nice. So we can rest at the bonfire and burn a bonfire ascetic. This will then say, what is done cannot be undone. Yeah, you can only go up a level. You can't go down a level. And you will notice now the Sinner's Rise bonfire is at level 2. You've done it correctly. Now the next thing you're going to notice is the enemies here are just that little bit more tanky. Now, we're endgame build, so like we can handle that, but just, I guess, bear that in mind. Bear it in mind. Bear all of it in mind. Many bears, many minds. And I guess we just head back down to Lost Sinner, as usual. I'll see you there. So you remember when I mentioned about there being some extra surprises on New Game Plus? This like Abomination laddie is one of those surprises. Fun fact for those who maybe played Vanilla, you might recognize this guy. He was here in just New Game in Vanilla. They replaced him for the Flexile Sentry, which is still here too, by the way, in Scholar of the First Sin. But you have him to deal with as well, coming through here on New Game Plus. However, the cool thing about going through here on New Game and not New Game Plus is that technically the door's still open, like that doesn't change. Just obviously we get like the new enemies in that, but we don't have to like go up and open the door again. We've got some other new guys here as well before we light the lamps inside the arena. Yeah, these guys leave us alone. Yeah, we've got one of these Pyromancer guys on each side to deal with as well. As before, once the enemies are dead, we're going to light a flame butterfly and light these 2 oil trails to light up the arena. Make it a lot easier to fight Sinner, especially if you're casting. Major difference with the Lost Sinner boss fight on New Game Plus is that there are the addition of 2 Red Phantom Pyromancers, which are just a pain in the ass, really. You can ignore them and just like focus on Sinner, or you can take them out. It's up to you. Right. Got what we wanted. Old Witch's Soul. Okay, with the Old Witch's Soul, we can take that to Strayed of Alaphis in Strayed Cell in the Lost Bastille. And then here we can get him to trade us. Trade for a spell. Flame Weapon. Ooh. Here we go. So obviously this is cast with a Pyromancy Glove, which ours is leveled up, but it doesn't really matter if it's leveled up, really. Adds fire damage to the types of damage the weapon already inflicts. So we're going to tune this right away, just on the end here. Does mean we need to pop a Pyro Glove onto our bars. And then we're going to use the Rapier eventually. Boom. Okay. Now we're ready to head back to the Frigid Outskirts. Bonfire. What was it called? Expulsion Chamber. Bonfire. A little bit more prepared for this boss. It's not even the boss that I'm worried about. It's the run back to the boss. Like if you want to get the boss first try, ideally, because the run back just sucks. Okay, so we're here. Weapons wise, we're going to use the mace to get to the boss, the rapier for the boss, Dark Sunset Staff, Dark Caith's Chime, as like backup if we are preferring ranged combat. And the Pyromancy Flame is just for flame weapon. We have Estus and then life gems. Yeah. Rings wise, right, let's have a think. So Stone Ring, I don't think it's going to do much to the horses. So it might just be a waste of a ring slot. Cast Time, Abyss Seal, very good. Dark Clutch we're going to take off. We're going to stick with Third Dragon Ring. Let's go instead with, we could do Fire Clutch Ring. That will further amplify the fire attack on our weapon. Or we could go Ring of Steel Protection for a bit of physical defense. I think maybe defense to get to the boss and then we switch when we get there is a good shout. We'll see how it goes. Okay, time to see how it goes, I guess. We're going to pop a human effigy. If you're struggling for human effigies at this time, it is going to make this area a lot more difficult. So I do recommend you take the time to go and get some of those. I will have a video out for you. I'll put it in the cards above. That is going to help you with a really effective, super easy human effigy farming method if you are at this stage in the game. So hopefully that helps you. But yeah, human effigy, and then we'll just grab the free heal from the bonfire just by resting at the bonfire. Right, so it's time. We're going to drop down into the Frigid Outskirts, and I'll explain what's going on here. This is an area that's like in a constant snowstorm, and while the storm is active, it's going to be summoning these big, scary, spiky reindeer. These reindeer have horns and they can charge you and skewer you. And also they have like lightning attacks. So as you can see, or rather as you can not see at all, it's a little bit mental, this area. However, be patient. The snowstorm does sort of come and go. And it will sort of like relax a little bit. There we go. So now we can kind of see. So when it relaxes, you can just locate the next structure ahead of you and head towards it. So first we're going to go towards the summoning circle. Again, I don't know why anyone would want to, but this was originally for people who didn't own the DLC. They could come and be summoned here to help people. Eagle-eyed players among us might have seen the next structure just ahead of us, but before we go, we do want to wait for the storm to calm down. Doesn't take too long. Just takes a bit of patience, this area. That's putting it lightly. Because we've popped a human effigy, we are going to bring Abyss Fever. We are also going to bring Manhunter O'Hara. And you might also see Head of Fen Garrel here as well, if you've been chatting to him. It doesn't matter who you bring, just bring someone. Bring a meat shield. O'Hara's got no pants on. So with them summoned, we're going to wait for the storm to calm down. You are perfectly safe in this first area as long as you go straight to the summoning circle and then straight to this first sort of ruin here. You are not going to get attacked on the way to this first area, but if you stray from the path and go like sort of off to the right or off to the left, you will get attacked. So straight to this building here. You should get to it just as the storm is kicking up again. And we're going to head inside and just take a little breather. We've got a wee shiny we can pick up here. It's a dried root. All my homies hate the dried root. And yeah, storm is back on. So from here, the next structure is just out the door that we came in, the front door. And it's off to the left of the building. So again, wait for the storm. On our way here, we are going to get attacked by some reindeers. That's why they call it heckin' Reindeer Valley. This is a long run, much longer run. So we're just going to run straight to it. And I'm going to stop talking for just a second. Because we need to use our ears here. Here we go. There's the storm. Right. Okay. So you will hear the reindeer approaching. Here they are. As mentioned, they have lightning attacks. Their biggest sort of strength is in their surprise, though. Them hitting you out of nowhere. Out of the snow. Flippin' heck, I can't even think My guys. Where's my guys? There they are. Okay. Now the storm has chilled out a little bit. We're just going to set them on the reindeer. Gives me some time to heal up a little bit. You can pull a second reindeer. So try not to go too far away from where you first pull. The first one, we're sort of trying to stay in the same area. They're just hitting him with range. He's going down kind of slowly. We've pulled another one. But there's 3 of us. So this is one method that you can do to get through this absolute hellhole. And in fact, it is the best method, really. So hopefully you like it. So we'll just pull one, kill one, and then move on. Right, move on. Pull the next one, kill it, move on kind of thing. Just hold your ground. Try not to run into the next one. We did, but whatever, it happens. I think we're going to pull another one before we get to this ruin here. Oh, Fiva. You scared me there. Just holding the stick, going straight ahead. We should start seeing the walls soon. I'm not running because if we did get attacked, there it is, brilliant. If we did get sort of charged out of nowhere and you're running, you'll get crit. My defense is pretty good, so it's not going to one-shot me, but it might scare the life out of me. And I'm on my period today, so I'm not in the mood for Horsehack Valley, I'll tell you that, guys. So we got a couple little hollows in this second ruin. Very glad we didn't pull a reindeer in here. In this second ruin, there is a Pharos Lockstone. If you put a stone into this, do I have lots of stones? I don't know. 5? I mean, okay. If you put a stone into here, it releases healing water, which is fantastic if you have summoned phantoms. Like O'Hara here is missing a wee bit of health, so we could just, like, I don't know, flipping herd the sheep in there. So O'Hara's going to heal up there very slowly. Actually, it's quite quick. It's not too bad. Keep our phantoms nice and healthy. Afiva doesn't really want to go for a little flipping spa bath at the minute. But yeah, that's what that is for. But do bear in mind, it counts as being wet. Yes, newsflash, water makes you wet. So if you do use the water, come out of it and sort of stand for a wee minute before you go and pull another reindeer. Because what do those reindeer have? A lightning, electricity. What conducts electricity? Ding, ding, ding. Water. So you're going to take increased damage from the electricity. Oh, Hannah, what the flip are you doing, women? Right, come on. There you go. Right, the flipping you pantsless wonder. Right, this place sucks. The next structure you can see, again, from, is this the front door? No, this isn't the door we came in. You can see from this door anyway. There's the next structure just off in the distance. This is the most difficult run, this section here. Maybe the next section. I don't know. But once again, we're going to do the phantom method. We run, we stop and listen. When we hear them, we're going to try and dodge them and just stay in place and fight them. Get rid of them. As soon as the blizzard dies down, we are going! Right, straight for it. You can see a couple of hollows along the way. There's actually, that guy on the right there is a... I was going to say an NPC. He's not an NPC. He's just he's a more difficult laddie. Hollow laddie. Just picking up those twinkling titanite. Right. Okay. Here comes the blizzard. Here comes the reindeer. There it is. My god. Okay, that was like almost half my health. That was quite substantial. So I'm circling around, avoiding the lightning, healing up. Always expecting there to be another one coming up behind me, because of course there will be. It's just that kind of area. Very quickly getting him down. Nice. Oh, there's a hollow on Fever. Right, quickly locate where are we going. We're that way. There we go. Don't get lost. This guy there with a sword down there. We're just avoiding. We're just avoiding. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think there was a couple of shinies I have missed. Nothing that I think is going to completely blow your tits off. In this third area here, we do have a spiky lad, an icy boy that we are pretty used to fighting by now from Eleum Loyce. Grab the backstab and then capitalise when he's trying to heal up. We have managed to not pull a reindeer into this area as well, which is fantastic. 2 human effigies. So bringing phantoms along with you is a really effective method, obviously, for getting through here. It's a bit slower and a bit scarier than, well, it's definitely not scarier. Tell you what, I've got one slower method and one much, much scarier method to show you guys. I'm just going to pull this guy back into the ruins just here, because I believe he can follow you to the boss fog. Just staying in the safety of the ruins where the reindeers won't... The reindeers won't spawn here. They will follow you into here. But as long as we sort of chill. Get it? Chill. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy spawns something good. Let's have a look. Spawns something. No, he doesn't. Doesn't drop anything. That was a complete waste of time. No, I think he does follow you, so... Right. Let's heal up. Let's heal up, guys. Let's heal up. Plenty of Estus. We're not going to be using Estus in the boss fight, so... Right. Target located. Once again, from here, we're not looking for a structure. We're looking for a cliff. So we're just going to be patient here. The blizzard just started, so we can be ready as soon as it finishes to sprint straight ahead. And then you might be glad to hear that's it. That's it. That's all there is to it. It sucks, but if you know what to do, it's not that bad. It's just a case of, like, do not go out into the blizzard. Go out as it finishes. There we go. And you'll be a long way through the area by the time the next one comes. So, God, I have such little stamina on this character. I was like, wow, I've stopped running already. Alright, so just down here. And I'm just going to drop down onto this bridge here, this nicely, precariously narrow bridge. What would be absolutely mental is if they had like a mechanic where there was like a strong gust of wind while you were on the bridge. If like the blizzard, oh, if the blizzard was going and it blew you off the bridge, oh man, I would cry, but that would be so good. That'd be so cruel. All right, and that is you now at the Growly Fog Wall. So what you would do here is, well, it depends. It depends. Like, so you'll know yourself, like, how you prefer to fight. Me, I prefer bosses to be predictable. If I'm going in just by myself, I know they're always going to be going for me. Do you know what I mean? And also, I don't really like fighting with, like, the increased health bar. So I'd prefer just to banish these 2 phantoms. I needed them to get me here, and now they've got me here, so I'll be like, cheers, guys, bye. And fight these bosses by myself. Because this is a DPS race, this fight. And I know if I can get the first one down, like, quick enough, that I can finish off the second one, no bother. However, there is something to be said about, it is quite difficult actually to kill Lud before Zallen comes down. You pretty much have to burn 50% of the boss's health in like a few seconds. So that's not easy to do safely. So if you do bring a phantom with you, I recommend banish one of them. I'd maybe keep Fever. O'Hara is intimidating me with her lack of pants. So I'd probably banish O'Hara. I'd bring Vengarel, actually, if you're going to bring one, because purely for the fact that if it's a 2-on-2, which it may very well be for a good chunk of the fight, that is much easier than a 2-on-1. So that could be worth the 50% extra boss health. So that's maybe what you'd do here. However, before we go and tackle the boss fight, I do have a couple more things to say just about the Frigid Outskirts. So what we're going to do, as much as this pains me, so I'm going to do it again, guys. We're going to do it again. Because I got some cool things to show you, just in case you don't have human effigies, or just in case this sort of method isn't really working for you. And also I just want to, there's something I've always wanted to try. So that, in my opinion, is the best way to tackle that area. So hopefully that works for you too. So guys, I do admit I did want to try the stealth method of getting through here using a silver talisman, which has the same effect as the chameleon spell, where you are kind of like stealthed, but stuff can still see you. It's kind of iffy. Basically, you can sort of like tiptoe, like just gently, tiny touch on the left stick to move forward. Only when the blizzard dies down, though. You have to like stay still as soon as the blizzard kicks up. The horses still spawn. You have to like navigate around them, but as long as you like tiptoe, you technically can like stealth through here. However, I've decided to cut this part of the walkthrough because it doesn't seem to be 100%. I've tried it a few times now, and I just can't really recommend it. Every so often, there would just be a horse that spawned right beside me, and even if I was standing still, it would see me and it would come and get me. So it's not foolproof. It's kind of funny to do for a little bit, and it can really reduce the element of surprise that these guys do have when they like appear in the blizzard. But yeah, no, for how easy it is just to pop a human effigy and summon some phantoms, that's pretty much that's the way to get through here, I'm afraid. Okay, now that we've navigated the Frigid Outskirts, it really is that bloody awful, I tell you. Not too bad with phantoms, awful alone. It's time to fight Lud Zallen, and hopefully we can get this first try. So we're really going to give this everything we've got, because if we die, then we have to do the Frigid Outskirts again. So there's a lot riding on this, so hopefully that helps motivate you, because it certainly does with me. Equipment-wise, we're going to use the rapier for its speed and also its thrust damage. Paired with the rapier, we're going to use the old Leo ring to get the counterattack damage and do even more like burst. We're going to buff the rapier with flame weapon, which is attuned, and also we're going to have the dark sunset staff, but more importantly, Dark Caith's chime, to provide some range options. If we do end up fighting both the cats at once, we do not want to go anywhere near them. So let me just pop a herb. I did kill some reindeer on the way here, so let's just eat that. This is the final boss in the game, so literally there is no like, oh, I better save that. What if I need it? We're going to use it. We're going to use it all. If you didn't go and get flame weapon, you can use a charcoal pine resin. We've got 14 of them. Not too bad. It's not going to last as long as flame weapon will last, but it's there. It's in our bags. It's up for being used. Let's go ahead and keep just old Radiant Life Gem on our bar. Let's also pop on some Bright Bugs. Actually, are we going to want to pop this halfway through the fight? Probably not. Bright Bugs are, they take a long time to cast. You're very vulnerable. I would say unless you have a phantom with you, you want to pop one right at the start before you go in the fog wall, and then don't worry about popping another one, because we need all of the damage right at the start of this fight. So yeah, if you have a phantom with you, absolutely go ahead and put them on your bars though. Right, rings. Old Leo, Third Dragon, Ring of Steel Protection, Abyss Seal. I would say we want to buff our physical damage more than we want to buff our magic damage. So let's go for Flynn's ring. Ring of Steel Protection will give us a great big defense boost. However, we're wanting more damage rather than defense on this. We're hoping we just manage to not take too many hits. The third dragon ring should give us a nice like big health boost. So hopefully that negates it. So I'm going to swap Steel Protection now instead for, I could either go for Blades +1 or Lingering Dragon Crest Ring to make Flame Weapon last longer. That's a shout actually. Or you could go for Fire Clutch Ring, but that is that's dangerous because obviously you're going to be taking more damage if you get hit using the Fire Clutch Ring. I think personally I'm going to go for the Lingering Dragon Crest Ring, just trying, because I'm not going to have time to rebuff Flame Weapon. That's going to be one and done. So this is the 4 rings I'm going to use. I'm going to pop that on. I'm going to do post-commentary because I don't have time this afternoon to fight this boss twice. We got to one-bang this, guys, so take it away, future Rachel. Thanks, Past Rachel. It's great to be here. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to pop our Bright Bug. See what I mean about how long it takes to cast? You don't want to do that in the middle of this fight, for sure. Pop on our Flame Weapon and switch back to our Chime for Great Resonant Soul, should we need it. We're going to be two-handing our Rapier. Lud will jump down right in front of us. We'll run up to him. Stop running before you get to him, because you don't want to be hit while you're running. When he stiffens and roars like so, you can back off, pop a heal. Or a rebuff, I suppose, but a heal, let's be real, for that. So, claws have kind of freaky hitboxes. He always kind of delays. He'll sort of spring, get ready to pounce, and then he will swipe, like so. So learn the timing for that, hopefully just by watching this. When Lud gets to about 50% HP, Zallen will join the fight. So as soon as you see that second health bar, you want to just unload safely, and hopefully you're able to get Lud down before Zallen jumps across. You'll see the health bar, and then Zallen sort of takes a minute to chill before he does jump over. If you do find yourself fighting the two of them at once, this is where you pop out the Chime. Just keep your distance, don't go anywhere near them. Dodge to the side if there are any jumps, and take Lud down with Great Resonant Soul. Zallen, you can get some massive damage in while he is calling his little homing soul mass spell, and he's almost dead. When Zallen gets to about, I don't know, 10%, 20% health, he will jump back. And that is usually you'd be like, oh, cool, I have some distance, I can recover. No. As soon as you see him get to around about this amount of health and jump back, pursue, keep the aggression up. What he's going to do is he's going to cast a spell that will make him take less damage and also will heal him. It will destroy your weapons as well if you hit him while he is buffed with this buff. So what you have to do is you literally just have to go in there and try and finish him off as fast as possible. If that is not possible for you, what you can do is just wait it out. Just wait it out, let him heal up. It's still a fair fight. It's one-on-one. You try again. You just make sure you can get into a position where you can burn down that last 30%, whatever it is, in one go the next time around. The buff lasts like a minute or so, like a couple of minutes maybe at most, so you can just like sort of run around, dodge, and wait it out. I wouldn't recommend attacking him while this buff is up, because your rapier will break and you run the risk of him killing you when he's buffed with higher damage. So just, if you can't have the DPS to get him down, just wait it out. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the final boss of Dark Souls 2. I am not for a moment going to apologise that was so heckin' fast, because I'm so relieved. I'm on the clock this afternoon, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was it. We did it. Every single boss in Dark Souls 2, done. That is not the end of this walkthrough, however. I do have... I went the wrong way out of the room. I do have one final surprise just to close out this video and to close out this entire series. So let's go and handle that. That is a boss that I don't think is particularly difficult, but that makes me tremble unlike any other boss, just because I just cannot be bothered with that run back if I die. And you notice I did get hit a couple of times. I was sweating. But hopefully it was long enough for me to be able to accurately explain to you what goes through my head when I fight Lud and Zallen. So it's time to take our 3 crowns, Crown of the Sunken King, Crown of the Old Iron King, and the Crown of the Ivory King, and take them back to the King. However, there is one final crown, the 4th crown, that I truly apologise. I thought I did go and get in this walkthrough, but I didn't. But you know what they say? Better late than never. The King's Crown is, in fact, here at the start of Shrine of Amana. If you teleport to the Crumbled Ruins Bonfire, navigate through to the area with a bridge, with a dragon rider guarding the bridge. Oh, so we killed the Dragon Rider, but I didn't, obviously. Must have done that before we'd killed Vendrick. So you can only get this crown after you kill Vendrick. It's not ideal with them all following me and shooting at me, so just hide here. I didn't put my Estus back on my bar. Rid of these nerds. Get out of here. I'll just let that. Hopefully they should stop shooting at us now. Yeah, cool. Right. Nice. So we can go over here. Get these branches. I think we... Oh, did we open the... Wait. I did come in here. Did I come in here but then just not get the crown? Oh my god. Guys. That's weird. I don't remember doing that. I must have been like on a tangent or something. So we came back here after killing Vendrick, but I didn't get the king's crown. Okay, that's weird. Incredible. I feel like I should go make a pinned comment on that walkthrough video. Anyway, we got it now. We got it now. King's crown. This is the 4th crown. Where is it? There it is. This is the 4th crown. What makes a king? Some say it is birthright. Others call it destiny. So we take these 4 crowns back to the king. King Vendrick, wandering hollow, very sadly, in the undead crypts. Just past the room where we fought Velstadt. Now the king's present form, you know, is gone. We did put him to rest. However, we can examine the memories contained within his armor. We can go talk to the memory of the king with these 4 crowns in hand.
Seeker of fire, deliverer of crowns. Seeker of fire, seek.
Seek, seek. And then we're treated to this nice little cutscene where our crowns, oh, nice nails, girl, are transformed with the power to transcend the curse. We have beaten, literally, the curse of the undead, which is freaking cool, man. Now, each of these crowns... Oh, sorry, it's going to kick us out first. It's just going to quickly kick us out. Each of these crowns now is imbued with the power to, well, yeah, conquer the flippin' hollowing curse. Heat radiates from the ancient crowns, it says. So that's the King's Crown, Crown of the Sunken King, Crown of the Old Iron King, and the Crown of the Ivory King. They each have their own things still, but also now each of them, when worn, will not induce hollowing, meaning you will stay human and youthful with your entire HP bar for good, no matter how many times you die, which is freaking awesome for New Game Plus. So yeah, if you're planning on doing New Game Plus, I mean, consider picking one of these crowns to wear and you won't need any human effigies. Pretty heckin' cool. So with that, Drangleic has a new monarch. It is you and I, kings and queens of Dark Souls 2. That's it. We did it. That's all the DLC done. This walkthrough is complete. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey. I truly hope you enjoyed it. This is a game that gets a lot of flack. It does. But hopefully I've helped convince you that there is so much fun to be discovered within it. If you have watched this far, I do think you owe me a like on this video. It took a long time to make. Thank you so much for doing so. Subscribe if you'd like to see other Dark Souls videos, Elden Ring, that kind of thing. And I will see you in the next video.